calling me royalty. Best to give me loyalty, 'cause I'm taking the world, you'll see. They'll be calling me, they'll be calling me royalty.
Welcome, everybody. Anthony here with the Bulbaritos, bringing you a brand new live stream. And today we are diving back into Age of Empires Mobile. We are just going to be chilling and hanging out, waiting like a poor puppy dog needing to walk. Hey, I appreciate you. Welcome, Walk. I appreciate you, bud. Welcome, Walk. Welcome, Talk. How's it go, buddy? But yeah, we are going to be just basically chilling, hanging out, doing some mini games, upkeep dailies. I just saw that a wheel popped. So we may be doing, a couple wheel spins, doing all that kind of stuff. Showing y'all rankings, what the map looks like, kind of where we're at in phases and unlocks and all that kind of stuff. So if you are brand new to the channel and you're interested in Age of Empires Mobile, definitely consider subscribing if you haven't already. And if you want to help the channel out, smash that like button. Helps us out with that YouTube algorithm. And if you are on Twitch, drop us a follow. Greatly appreciate it. I think we're 7 away from hitting our second goal on Twitch. And if you would love to support the channel, we have both subs on Twitch and memberships on YouTube if you'd love to contribute. If you are on Twitch and you drop a sub, it removes all ads altogether, and then both of them have emotes, but the animated ones are also on Twitch as well. So if you're an avid Twitch user, definitely go check out the Twitch. You can unlock the ad-free and all that kind of stuff. So, but I appreciate all the love and support y'all been showing the channel. And we're just kind of going to fire up some music. If y'all have questions, y'all want to just chat it, how about y'all's week, all that kind of stuff. We're all about it today. So I appreciate y'all. All right, let me switch this over real quick. We'll fire up some music. Bop, 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 bop. I don't know why I didn't pop in talks. Maybe it's a little bit delayed. It shouldn't have been. It should have shown that one. I don't know why it's not showing you talk. How you been, bud? Let me see. Dun, 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 dun. Let's see, Latin fire. Oh, let me make sure. Whoops, this might be a little loud. Get that. All right, we're in it. All right, let me see. We got some account maintenance we need to do. We were trying to guess who is going to be on the next wheel. Just at work at the moment. Hey, what's up? Nice. Well, I hope you have a great work day if it's just starting or if you're about to get out. We just got the repop for one of the old wheels. I think it's gonna be fluctuating back and forth for probably the next month. And then I think people said season two will pop next month. So then that's when we should get Boudica and get different wheels. So until then, I suspect we'll get the Hannibal wheel or however they're going to do. I don't know if it's necessarily in order, but then we should get the Richard wheel one more time and then get the Sun Tzu one more time. So let me go ahead and clear out some of these dots real quick since reset just literally 10 minutes ago just hit. So we're going to clear all these out. If y'all have questions about the game, fam, or just questions in general, feel free to ask. And it's an open chat, my fan. We're just chilling, hanging out, having a good time tonight. And I really want to try to get in a Black Ops 6 stream sometime this weekend, because Twitch drops, they do have a Call of Duty Twitch drops that will end, I think, the 13th, I want to say. And so those are just free rewards for y'all. If y'all do play Black Ops 6 and want to come hang out and get some free stuff, then yeah, definitely come and do that. Let me see. Hold up, wait a minute. Oh yeah, we need to do this. Let's spend these 19, see if we get anything decent. You love to see it. Just don't give me Joan. Just don't give me Joan. You heard it here first. Just don't give me Joan. Cleo. Looks Cleo. Let's go. I'll take that. I'll take that. We need a little Cleo love, little Cleo action in here. Dang, she's working her feather. It's not really a Shaw, is it? I don't really know what you would classify that as. Let's go, Cleo. All right, Skippy. Ooh, 2,500 of those things. That's good. 113 Jones. Jesus Christ. 2 Guans. Oh, we got another. We got 12 Jones altogether. That's pretty good. I hit that already. Nice. Very nice. Great success. Let's pop these real quick. That way when we level up heroes, we can just do it all at the same time, my friend. All right, let me see. Skander, how's it going, buddy? Good to see you, my friend. Okay, so we were upgrading the houses. I think we're at 20, so we can do this house. Upgrade. Let's get that guy going. I think market, I'm gonna upgrade. Actually, no, we should do the smithy needs an upgrade because I think at 20 it opens the 3 slots, which I think is gonna be a W. Which I think is a W. Let me see if the market gives any beneficial buffs. Let me see, resource exchange rate. I actually haven't exchanged resources. I don't even know what if it's actually good or not. Resource exchange limit. That's not bad. I guess we could just do it. It's whatever. We need to upgrade buildings anyways. Research. Let's go do these real quick. Let me see. I've been working primarily on economy. I haven't been pushing T5. Maybe I should already start doing a couple of them up here. Yeah, it's gonna take a hot second. Let's focus on Pike first. Do we need all 3 for this one? We do. Jesus Christ, this is gonna get expensive real quick. 2-day research. Ooh. All right, let's get this Mama Jamma in here. You know what I may consider doing, fam, in the future? If y'all are down and y'all would like to do it, maybe we'll do like a community wheel day or whatever it is, when the wheels are out, if y'all are gonna be doing spins, if y'all want, we can hop on Discord chat, and then y'all can stream it if y'all would like. And then that way we're showing off the stream. So whatever spins y'all have, we're showing as a community. Could be fun. I don't know. If it becomes like a big thing, then maybe we'll have to like split it. But that's a good problem to have, and we can worry about that later. Yeah, I think it would be fun. Like, we just hop on Discord and y'all can watch. Y'all can watch, and then I'll stream it. And yeah, I think it'd be a good time. If y'all want in, then let me know. I don't really care. If you're spinning one time, then hey, YOLO, let's do it. If you're spinning 100 times, YOLO, let's do it. If you're spinning 400 times, let's do it. I'm in. Engagement, I like it. I just want to find fun ways for y'all to feel like y'all can be a part of the channel and help and just engage and have that kind of fun with me. Of course, you know, I hope we don't have any trolls, but hey, if we have them, then we just boot them and yeet us and delete us. You know what I mean? I ain't worried about it. And I don't mean like trolls as in like a normal troll. I just mean like, you know, some people will just come on a stream just to yell something and then dip. It's kind of like, nah, we ain't like that, cool. We ain't like that. All right, let me see. I think we got a majority of this. So let me talk about, before we start doing wheel spins and all that kind of stuff, what's the update on the account? Okay, so the update on the account is I am officially, actually, now that I think about it, I think the only reason I don't have the extra spots is because my smithy isn't upgraded. Because I am 20, and I think 20 is when the 3rd slot opens for the smithy. So I just need to upgrade it and then be there. So I am now level 20, town center. Power is now at almost 2.6 million, which I think is like 250, 300k since 3 days ago, which I think is really good. We've been working on gathering, working on heroes. So my heroes are doing. I didn't have one you really. Whatever, we'll unlock him. I'll show you heroes here in a minute. Evie, how's it going, Evie? I appreciate you stopping in. I know it's always late for you. I hope you had a great day today. Are you spinning the wheel today, Evie? Who are allies with your alliance? Lucius, a great question. I'll show you here in a minute. All right, we'll get through the account updates, and then we can talk more about the map, all that kind of stuff, and what's going on. Okay, heroes. I now have a couple that are closer to 86 now, 86ish, which is about 40 levels each from where they were the last time I was there. Because I noticed in the fighting that was probably one of the biggest things. So my main focus was getting the first hero in the marches at least to 86, and then I'm pulling up the rest as we're working through right now. So the marches are looking pretty good right now. March wise, the ones I'm going with right now, and I'll try to remember off the top of my head. Actually, no, I don't need the top of my head. I have them written down. Give me a second. I had to write them down because I kept forgetting, and I think I put a couple in the wrong order every now and then. So. All right, so for sword, I'm running Miyamoto, Tribuhana, and Hammurabi in that order from left to right. Archers, I'm running Mulan, Josephine, and Rani. Pikemen, I'm running Richard, Leo, and Barbosa. And then Cav, I'm doing Hannibal, Cleo, and Attila. Those are my 4 marches right now. And then the 5th, I'm just provisioning or doing whatever with those. So those are the current marches that I'm running right now. Just came back from a night out with the girlfriend. Always great. Happy to be here. Time to play some Aoem before bed and watching. Yeah, I appreciate you. Hopefully you had a great time, bud. Get some drinkies. Is it Texas? I don't even know. Team, welcome, buddy. Welcome to the channel, my friend. Welcome back, bud. How has it been fighting Nephisto? I'm not fighting Nephisto. See, Evie missed last stream. I think Evie's dropped in and said hi and then left. Evie, so we are now in We are now in it. We are now in it. So for those of y'all that haven't been here or missed last stream, that was the first stream we're officially in 157, which is now XFT. Yeah, I'm in Tanier. Nice. Are you in 20? Team? LI if you want. A good game. Hey, yeah, I don't really handle all that. I try to stay out of the leadership and politics stuff. Cause I'm usually not like I'm usually not that guy. They point us in a direction and I go, and that's usually my role. I try to stay out of it as much as possible. I tried to help Scar just initially off the rip, and then I kind of backed away from it just because I just don't have time for it. I want to focus on the channel and focus on y'all and making engaging content with y'all, and that usually doesn't go with leadership hand in hand. I just don't have that kind of time. Ayo, so did you merge or just move alliances? I moved, Evie. I moved. Mephisto's power is ringings. Okay. So there's the power update right now. Look at Teddy. Teddy bumping the power. Okay, Teddy, I see you. Look at Teddy. The Sir Teddy Bear out here bumping all the way to 3. Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. 66. And then there's the alliance power. At least I'd be number 2. Hell yeah. I'll take it. Yeah. Where's Scar and Uncle B at? So Uncle B is in S20 and Scar's in S20. They're still in S20, Ray. All right, so let me see. Oh, map update. Okay, so account update. Told you all about heroes. Told you about power. I already hit 2.6, so we just hit it right now. Buildings research, we're all kind of leveled up for the most part. There are a couple of buildings you can kind of see that are still at 14, 15 that we're leveling up. And then once we get all these to pretty much like 18 or 19, I'm gonna go back up and then hit those 14 and bring them up to like 17, 18. So the account's now starting to fill out. You can see the barracks are all at 18. I'll start bringing those up, one at 19, and we'll start bringing those up. But for the most part, the account is starting to pull up. So we're not really lagging behind structure wise, building wise, and that's deliberate for a reason. Map wise, let's look it up. Okay, so we are from the Nilos region. We have moved into Olympia, so we have a small presence in Olympia. We're gonna start taking some stuff probably here in a day or two. And the next things that are going to be opening up, so we're red. One of our allies is in purple, which is the S20 crew, which is where I used to be. These passes right here in between each zone will open, I think, in 8 days. Now it should be less than 8 days. Let me see. I think it's next weekend. Yeah, so less than 8 days. And then these open up in 14 days, I believe, into Kingsland. So in less than 2 weeks, we'll be in Kingsland. We'll be raiding through Kingsland. Everybody's going to be going wherever, and I'm not sure what's going to happen. I'm not sure on that. So that one's less than 14 days. So 8 and 14. I'm not entirely sure what we're going to do, to be perfectly honest with you. The way we're positioned, it doesn't look like we're going into the next this zone right here. But who knows? We could be wrong. We could fort drop. Anything could happen. So I'm not 100% sure what's going down. But yeah, we'll kind of find out from there and see what's going to happen. And go from there. So that's the plan going right there. I believe S20 is, let me double check. S20 is allies with 1NS, who are in this orange color. We are not allies with 1NS from what I understand. I don't think there's hostility, but the only verified people that I know that we're allies with is S20. So it'll be interesting. I'm not 100% sure how allies are going to work. I really don't want a boring ass Kingsland fight or Kingsland zone. But we got a lot of big boys in here now. So it's one of those, like, could it be? I don't know. You know what I mean? I think it's one of those, it could possibly be, but I'm really hoping it's not. So T4W, I'll show you where they're at. 800, we know where they're at. XFT is us. EGK is in a different zone. 1NS I just showed you, and S20 are the big boys. It looks like AVS. I don't know where AVS I think used to be a different name, but I don't know who. They beat us in like the last 2 minutes in the last event, which was funny. Came out of left field. And we'll kind of see how it progresses from there. I'm not entirely sure. Right now, all of those alliances are in contention for Kingsland right now. So we are red. We're XFT. Purple right here in the middle is S20. We showed y'all orange. Orange right here is 1NS. And then T4W is purple right here, which is very interesting. This is going to line up for issues, which will be an interesting watch. Wait, is AVS? Is that used to be core? I think that used to be core. That used to be core, right, fam? I think that is. Let's see. Yeah, that used to be core. So they switched their name. Yeah. So that was the Korean alliance before. I don't know if they're still Korean. I see a lot of Korean names. But that's going to be interesting because 1NS, clearly they're going to be fighting over this last pass over here on the left, or somebody's about to get pushed out over here in this middle pass because T4W is blocking two of them. So we may be up. We may be seeing some fighting here in a little bit, possibly. Maybe not tonight, but there will, unless nobody's going through that zone, which I don't see them not trying to go in. So, and then I believe this long string is 800. So 800 is right here. EGK is right there. And EGK is over here too. I think Bay left, right? If I remember correctly. Yeah, they got cock blocked, so they're gone. They're not in the zone anymore. And so right there, it'll be interesting to see, because 800 is going to take multiple passes, what they're going to do with that. 66 mil is crazy though, my God. Oh, daddy is here. Daddy's home. AVS is the Koreans. Yeah. What's going on, uncle? You gonna be spinning, bud? You spinning that wheels? The wheels? Yes, it was core. Nice. Now they are AVS. Oh, looking interesting. I want to see some blood. AVH. We'll find out pretty soon. In the next couple weeks, we're gonna be seeing. I think there's gonna be fighting in this zone. It'll just be interesting to see who does it. Because core looked good, but 1NS had a lot more activity, so that was the only downside. I haven't seen T4W fight, so I'm not sure on that one. We'll kind of have to see on that one. No Empire got anything on 42. Oof. 1.2 million coins burning a hole in my pocket. I want to see Uncle and Teddy join 1NS. Why? Time to spend more fun coupons on the wheel. Let's get it. Be right back, boss. See, so this is what I was talking about, chat. If y'all want to spin on stream, let me know and we'll hop in the Discord. Okay? If y'all are interested in participating, y'all'd like to be a part of the stream, this is what those engagement streams are going to be, right? If you want to hop on Discord, if you want to hop on Discord and spin the wheel, then let me know and we can hop on and we'll make it happen. Let me see. Time to spend more fun coupons on the wheel. Why not? We love whales. No worries, Evie. You're good, bud. That's what I was saying. We'll do that. We'll do that sometime and we'll make it. It's just hard because like on our calendar, it didn't even show that the wheel was going to be there. So I can't plan that. You know what I mean? That's the difficulty. If it would have shown me the wheel was going to be happening, I probably would have planned it. All right, let's get our spins in. I'm going to get a couple in. I've been buying. Oh, so that was the other update. The reason I don't have as many coins is I was able to get all gold skills for the boy Miyamoto. So he's all gold. Those are the final ones that I'm going to go with. They're all leveled up to 20. And then we used our scrolls and updated the level on those. So he's been moving up progressively. I think we got a couple of other ones too. Okay, yeah. And then I got Mulan's skills as well. So in the last 4 days, I was able to unlock four more hero skills, the gold legendary ones. So that's where some of the coins were going, which I'm not mad about. That's ultimately the end game that I want anyways. And so we're gonna keep working on those and kind of playing what I'm doing, because I don't know when the wheels are coming out. I'm basically just like spending the 8K and then I give it a day or two, and if nothing pops, then I spend the 8K, and then it goes and goes and goes, because we've been racking in the coins pretty easily in the alliance, so I'm not really worried about it. The alliance, the events, everything that we've been doing, the coins have just been flush, so I'm good. I'm Gucci. I've already spun a bit, but I can stream it. It's whatever you want, Uncle. It's whatever you want. Just let me know. I'm streaming in the Discord if anyone wants to watch. Oh yeah, if y'all want to watch Uncle, he's streaming in the Discord. Let me see. How do you use scrolls to level up abilities? Lucius, so you are going to go to your hero. When you click on the side skills on the two on the right? So the purple one and then the gold one to the right, if you click on them, you'll see where it says more skills. You click on the more skills, select your thing, and then right next to the card, to the right of the card, right, you'll see the little arrow. Click that arrow, and then that's how you use your scrolls. You'll see legendary skill scroll. Boom, you use it. That's when you know when you're rolling the wheel and you see it hits the scroll, that's what you're pulling up. Or for the events, you could have gotten scrolls too, so on and so forth, and then you would level up from there. If you have epic ones, you do the same thing with those two. See? But for me, I'm saving all my epics because I'm using those on provisioners. So I'm saving them all for my provision marches to level those skills up, and then that way it's a bigger benefit for me. Because most of the legendary heroes that I'm using for fighting aren't going to use any purple skills, so I'm kind of just holding off on the epics for farming marches. Of course. Make sure you use them. They are hard to find unless you are a big spender. So make sure you're only using those on your final skills that you're going to put on your hero. They're not easy to come by unless you're going to be mass spending. All right, let me see. What was I doing? Oh, let me do the wheel spin real quick. I'm not going to have a tremendous amount, but let's see. I think it's just Hannibal and Tribihana. Let me see. Am I close on Tribihana? I may need to flip.
The heart of a lion beats within each of us. And it is our
God
right,
has
Hannibal.
given to man
Oh,
no
I should do
sharper
Hannibal.
spur to victory than contempt of death.
I should do Hannibal at least to get to 8. Once I get, or I need 6 more Hannibal. If I hit 6 Hannibal, then I'll flip over to Tribhuhana. Because she doesn't, I don't think, has complete on anything. Yeah, I didn't spin for her last time. I just spun to unlock her and that was it. All right, so I need 6 Hannibals. 6 Hannibals. Woo. All right, let's do it. That's 1. That's a 1. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. All right, come on, Hannibal. Give me that. Give me the juice. Give me the juice. Oh no, this isn't looking good, fam. This is not looking good. Ooh, there's 2. Ooh, I got cooked. I got cooked. Oh, 1 more. Give me the 10. Ugh. Oh, books. I'll take books. Well, wood. Ooh, GG's. Ooh, stone. I'm getting fried. Oh, okay. I made it okay. Let's see real quick. Where am I at? So I need to do 2 more spins. Ooh, that's going to be tough because I don't want to pop. So here's the deal. I don't want to pop the 20 chest on Hannibal because then it's just a waste for me. Because the 20, I could, if I pop the 20 on Tribhuhana, I can almost fill the entire first star. Almost. I think I'll be like 6 or 7 off for the first one. Or does 20 fill up? I think 20 fills up the whole thing. I think. Hold on, evil clown. Let me see. Can you translate what Tribhuhana is saying, please? And thanks. Ooh, I don't even know, brother. Ooh. I don't know.
the heart of a lion.
No sé, yo
beats within
sé.
each of us. And it is our duty.
No, it's right. Wrong.
तब तक गोंडवाना की रक्षा करूंगी.
I can ask. But for me to physically translate it, probably not. Or technically I probably could, but I would need to know what she's saying and I'll just put it in Google Translate. Where the hell did she go? Hold on. I was looking for over here.
Tak ada negeri yang terlalu luas atau terlalu jauh untuk ditaklukkan.
Yeah, no, no. Yeah, no. Don't have any clue. I don't know. I don't even know. I don't even know if I could say one word that she just said, chat. Real talk. Real talk. Look, one more time. Here we go.
Tak ada negeri yang terlalu luas atau terlalu jauh untuk ditaklukkan.
That's like when your Mexican grandmother just starts cussing you out and you can catch like 2 words and you know you're in trouble. That's basically what it is. Smash that thumbs up. I appreciate you, evil clown. It's kind of like a joke. Oof. I'm a joke. I'm a joke, bro. I'm a joke. When he asked you to translate, I thought it was a Spanish. He thought it was Spanish. I was like, brother, whoa. I hear you. I hear you, Primal. I was like, huh? Brother, come? What? She said AoE rules. Hey, we're going to go with that, Evil. We're going with that. Yep. That's Indonesian language. Alston, what is she saying? Switch alliances. JMU, I switched like 4 days ago. I think that was my last stream. Three days ago. But yeah. Is Miyamoto, Tribhuhana, and Hammurabi good enough? Yes. 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 It's pretty good until you start getting to the end game heroes. Miyamoto you're still going to be using, but you'll start using other combos behind. How's Kingdom Alliance rankings looking? JMU is looking thick. McThicken. That's what we're looking like. Our top alliance, 700 million. Jesus Christ. Jesus. SCC. Let me see. I don't even know what that means. SCC. And I don't want to butcher the language by trying. Let's see, our top line 700, 2.6. Bulba is whaling. Nah, bro. We're doing our thing. We're trying to keep up. We're just a small fish in this world. Merits. There. Oh, those are alliance merits. There's personal. All right, I'm gonna need to get, I think 2 more, right? So what is that? 45. I need 9k, so I need like 6k coins. Brother, I ain't. Hell no. You know what I'll do? I'm gonna get these 4,400, and then I'm gonna probably on the last day I'll do the last spin and get the chest for her, because I should be able to get 1,000 coins pretty easy in the next couple of days. Give me a second. Oops, wrong one. 1 second. All right, let's just spin one more time. El mightiest governor. Oh, weekend. Hello, weekend. Yeah. Let's spin that. Let's see. 100k. Bro. Oh, the books are killing me. This was a rip. Oh, yeah, that was a bad one. Let me see. Must be some fighting. Each alliance good merits. All peaceful here. Working towards KVK. Don't hold your breath, bro. Don't hold your breath. I know people keep saying that, but KVK is in a hot second, brother. All right, let me see. So I will save. I need what, 1,000 more coins? Yeah. So we'll wait on that one, and then we'll do our final spin. It probably won't be on stream, and then I'll get the last ones for Tribihana. I don't actually now, because of those bad spins, I don't think I even got the Hannibal ones. Now that I think about it.
The heart of a lion beats within each of us, and it is our duty to unleash its power and embrace.
God has given to man no sharper spur to
How many am I off
victory
to?
than contempt
Whatever.
of death.
Hold on. Let me get 2. That's fine.
All good things
So
to
1
those
star
who
for
wait.
him. We're good there. And then Tribihana, I'll get the 20 spot. That should 1 star her, and then we are Gucci. And we are Gucci. And then Rani, we're still working towards, so she's doing good. Star-wise, I feel like, considering I haven't really spent on stuff for the heroes, I feel like I'm doing pretty solid. So I'm feeling good about those for the most part. I know that there's players that are going to have way better, which is fine. But I'm not super worried right now. What is a good Sun Tzu build? I don't know. I'm not even using Sun Tzu, to be perfectly honest with you. How's your map looking? Sorry for the questions. No, Jam, you can ask whatever you want, brother. Today's a real chill stream, so it isn't anything real, anything serious. Look at that, 68 gifts. Love to see it. Love to see it, fam. Look at that, fam. We already got 500 coins. We got 500 coins off the rip just for opening those chests. Who knows? Maybe we'll get the other 500 and do the final spin. We got the 500 coins just for opening those bad boys. And I do that typically like 3 or 4 times a day. So it's pretty pretty nutty in this piece. Bro, what's equivalent of gold heads here? So it's the question mark, right? It basically is the coins. They're gold coins in here instead of gold heads. Or medals is what they call them. Hero medals. So they have legendary ones and then epic ones. And then in here we have scrolls that are used to upgrade your heroes, your hero skills. So I'm not sure if everybody is familiar with Age of Empires Mobile and kind of the dynamics and stuff. I know there's a lot of trolls out there trying to say whatever they want about UI. I'm okay with that. The thing with this UI, and I will say this off the rip, if you've never seen this UI and you've seen it before, I can tell you right now, this UI is common in a lot of other city builder games. I know Game of Thrones UI was very similar to this. And Lord, was it Lord of the Rings? I don't even remember. There was another one that was very similar to this. So this is not an uncommon thing. Do I wish it was cleaner? Yeah, I do. Right? I wish that there was a like a little bubble here, like a UX that would hide the commanders if I don't want to see them, or give me the ability to swipe so that or swipe left, swipe right. You can't really swipe left and right because it rotates the hero. But give me the ability to swipe up and it switch the heroes or do something like that, and you can hide this. So there are things that I think they can optimize. Am I upset about it? No. This is a very complex builder, so it's gonna be complex UI, right? If you want cookie cutter, simple UI, bro, go somewhere else, right? Sorry. You know what I mean? But same people saying that they want simple UI are playing games that have more complicated looking UIs than this. So take it with a grain of salt. But the ability in here, so for those of y'all that are playing Rock and haven't started playing in here, the hero aspect of stuff in gear aspect is far more complicated than Rock. What do I mean by that? In here, it is all about synergy of your heroes. You can have up to 3 heroes in your march. The position of where your heroes are in that combination matter. The gear for each hero matters. The skills that they have all matter. And then the great part about it too, and you can dive really deep into it, is the combinations that you can use. You can actually, like in Rise of Kingdoms, you can't choose your skills, right? They're selected. You have to unlock your stars in order to unlock your skills. That is not the way this works. You are able to unlock additional heroes, so you can customize your hero skills on how you want to do, how you'd like to optimize your march for each of the last 2 slots. So the right where the purple skill is and the one to the right, you can customize those 2. They all have talent trees, which is common in other city builders as well, right? Gear is another thing as well. You can go in gear. You can manually level up as well. You can also star up your gear. So similar to how we were showing y'all how to level up your hero skills, you can do the same thing for equipment. So that adds in an additional dynamic. And yeah, it's just a lot of little things. There are the 4 different. Here's the one thing I keep seeing a lot of, and I'll clear it up. That way people aren't completely confused and totally lost. The differences in all these things, right? Might, armor, strategy, and siege. Might is, just think of it as DPS, right? I'm doing this in layman's terms. I'm oversimplifying everything. If you want to dive deep into the definitions, feel free to, but I'm just giving you all the cookie cutter answers so that people can easily understand and consume what this is. Might, DPS, attack, right? Armor, it's exactly what it is, defense, okay? So you have your DPS, your attack, you have your armor, your defense. Strategy is one of the new ones, okay, that some people aren't familiar with and are getting confused. basically what strategy is, to break it down in layman's terms, it is the combination of both might and armor in one skill. So you are going to have some heroes that are only going to have strategy everything, right? So they are going to be optimizing for both, not just for one. I believe Sun Tzu is one of them. And so that's the major difference. You're going to see that it basically takes a combo of both of those, and that is what strategy is. And then siege is if you're going to go and plunder, and you're going to be doing all that kind of stuff, cities and all that kind of stuff. So just wanted to clarify that up. The easiest way that I am doing the trees right now, and I'm not saying this is the end all be all by any means. How did you get Richard? Richard was the first wheel. Richard was the first wheel we had. No leg gear on Richard. Richard has leg gear. What are you talking about? I wish we can see each other's servers and see how people are doing. Yeah, me too, Jamie. Richard has leg gear. How did I get Richard? There was our first wheel. It was Richard and Attila was our first wheel. I can't seem to get him. Yeah, he was on the wheel. What does it mean when I have a matchless synergy? So what that means is, let me bring him back.
Time for battle. Is your armor secure?
I'll show you. What that means is your march, your marches are all your heroes the same troop type? Lucius? Are they all the same troop type? Can you show a map when you can? Yeah, Jamie. Here you go. So we are red right here where we're at. S20 with Scar and Uncle. They're in purple to our right. 1NS is right here in orange, working their way up. And the only ones I'm telling you right now are the biggest ones that are in our kingdom. Purple right here is T4W. The red right here is AVS. That is used to be core. If you were here in the early streams, the Korean Alliance, they're red. I believe this is EGK, I believe. EGK is right here in this lighter orange. They're also right here. 800 is right here in red. And blue, purple, or blue, whatever. I don't even know who this is. Who is this? LFR. I don't know who they are. So, yeah, that's the layout of the map right now. In 8 days, these side passes open up. How the hell would you put something right there, fam? Legit. You can't go anywhere. That's whack. That's funny. These side passes will open up on these outer zones, and then Kingsland will open in 14 days. That's what our map's looking like. Who is second in power? I don't even know how to pronounce his name. 27 watching, 6 likes. Do us a favor and hit the like button, fam. It helps Boba out a ton. I appreciate you, Bazzy Baz. Yeah, if y'all could hit the like button, it helps us out with that YouTube algorithm. So I appreciate y'all. No, 2 are warrior and 1 is a tactician. So, well, okay, so there are tactician and there are warrior types. What I'm talking, hold on. What I'm talking about is right there. You see how I have the pike, or all 3 pike? Who are our allies? S20 is the only ally we have. Mine has a different color. Need to check if I have something wrong. Super important. See your DM. Yeah. Nice. That's awesome. Oh, you're almost at 122. That's great. Dang. Dang. I see you. I see you. Game over. Here or nothing. Yeah, he was sending me his Tribuhana. He did the Tribuhana wheel and maxed her out. What a lineup. Rich, Leo, Fred. Yeah. It's very good. Yeah, he just maxed out Tribuhana. So, okay, so here's another important thing that we learned last stream that I didn't know about. So, if you look at the heroes, right? So you see where it says Richard the First? And then to the left of that, it has the shield with the lion on it. If you click on that, right? A lot of people, this goes missed because we missed it, right? Let me see if I can find one. Okay, right here. Darius. You see how his shield is grayed out? It's because this military specialty is not activated for Darius. In order for the specialty to be activated, they have to be level 55. I think it is 55 or 56 for it to be activated. Okay. That is an important thing to understand if you are building marches. You really want all of your fighting marches to all be at 55, 56 so that your military specialty kicks in. Okay. You will notice it makes a huge, what it does, right? For him, warrior, that could also be why are all of yours 56 as well? Who is asking? Lucius, are all of yours 55, 56 in your march? The only two things it would be, Lucius, is one, you either don't have all pike, or two, you don't have them all with their specialty activated. I miss Fred. Ooh, Freddy. Two are full archer and one is part archer and sword. So then it's probably the military specialty, Lucius. Just blowing your shit, brother. Oof. Oh, you got both Hannibal and her? Nice. If your swordsman lineup, would King Derek or Hammurabi be better? It just depends. I didn't really go like stupid hard in the King Derek event. I personally, I know for the end game, Hammurabi's going to be or working towards end game. Hammurabi in the lineup is going to be far superior for me. But King Derek definitely has his place, especially with provisioning. So, he definitely still has a place. Darius is just hot caca. So, King Derek, they both are going to have a spot somewhere. It's just a matter of where you're going to use them. If you're doing Miyamoto and Tribuhana, I would do Hammurabi third. So go from left to right, Miyamoto, Tribuhana, and then Hammurabi. Unless your King Derek is like 5-star, I wouldn't even waste my time with it. And Hammurabi's 0-star. Like, that's the only scenario I could see possibly doing that. But yeah, Hammurabi I would go with for sure. But yeah, check that out, Lucius, and tell me whether all your specialties are activated for all three of them. We can try to actually activate it ourselves. Let me see. Let me just select a tile, gather this one. Let me choose. Let me choose somebody who I know. I'm not seeing where he was talking about though. Let me see. They're all above 55. Post it in. Can you post it in the Discord, Lucius? That way I can see what you're seeing. I'm trying to react to, figure out what is your march. Can you tell me what your march is real quick? And then I'll try to plug it in and see. It still says matchless. Put in what your march is real quick, please. I've had lots of success with Hammurabi in that lineup so far. Cheers for the advice. No worries, Danny. Yeah, y'all are welcome to ask whatever. If I know the answer, then I'll let y'all know. If I don't, then I can usually direct y'all in Discord, like to a video, or we'll have like Cigarum sometimes will stop in, but Cigarum is very late. Oh yes, because you're using Tactician. So that's why you're losing it. So Mulan. Let me see. Yay. Where's he at? Oh, he's out provisioning, that's why. Ooh, I don't know if I have another Tactician. So that's why I go with this one. That's the combo I'm going with for that. It's because of Yi. It's because you have Yi. You have Yi. Don't forget, guys, if you haven't used all the codes, put exclamation point codes in the chat. It will pop them up. The newest ones, the most current, like newest ones, will be towards the front. I'm going to have to look at it. I have a feeling that a lot of them are already expired. I just don't know how to test that out. I may need to test it out off stream and then see. Yeah, that's why, Lucius. It's because you have Yi in there and he's a Tactician. So it's not going to give you the 3 warrior. You need to unlock tier 3 talents for it to activate, Lucius. Oh, okay. So Vesper. Okay, hold on. Let me see if I can show you what he's talking about. Confirm with me if you've done this already. Question mark this. Lucius, so what Vesper is saying is this. When you go into your talents, in order to unlock, you need to get to the strength, or to the third one, to the third bubble. Have you already gotten those? Misty! I just have spinach and ricotta ravioli tasty. Ooh, any sauce? Any sauce? Lizard Jesus, what's going on, big homie? The nuclear codes, yes. 69. GG's to my soul. Ooh, I forgot I had baklava. I need to go get some later. Just a plain tomato. What the What, Misty? What kind of what? I saw that what was it? I was watching this food video for lunch today, right? Because I'm eating. Then that's the only time I can really eat food videos, because then I get like extremely hungry. But this guy was in Vegas and he was trying like different steak joints, and he was at the Peter Luger Steakhouse, and he was trying, I think it was tomato. It was on the appetizers, and it was tomatoes and onions. Bro, talk about like burger thick slice of onion with a burger thick sliced tomato. And then they put like they called it Luger sauce on it, and they just ate it like that. That was classified as a appetizer. And I'm like, bro, you are about to be like, hello. You're about to be breathing on everybody. You're going to be sweating there. You're going to be like, whoo. You definitely don't go to the club to pick somebody up after that dinner. It's gonna be tomato and basil. Well, that's fine though. Tomato, basil, add a little mozzarella. Boom, you got caprese. You know what I mean? A little caprese. Oof. I don't know if we're reinforcing this. Is it always better to put points towards the first and second specialties of a champ? So the ones that don't change are going to be really good. Right? The ones, the first two in the front are always going to be your best ones. Definitely your first one, max that piece out as fast as humanly possible. This first one right here is the one that you want the most. That is their prime skill right there. That one on the far left. The next one to the right is always going to usually be pretty good, probably the second best. But the 3 and the 4 are the ones that really add to that synergy dynamic. So they become important, right? But if you can only do 1 and 2 right off the rip, do 1 and 2. Those are going to be your big ones. This specialty right here, right? Strength of numbers, talent activates the military specialty with 2 heroes sharing the same specialty in a troop. They receive 20% bonus for all attributes. Let that sink in. For all attributes. If all 3 heroes share their specialty, the bonus increases to 30%. So once you get to the 3rd bubble, if I have all 3 with the same specialty, right? An increase of 30% all attributes. Why is that important? Because your star level are considered attributes. So that is what ultimately makes a huge difference if you are fighting with a 1-star Richard as opposed to a 5-star, right? Because all of these are classified as attributes. So all of these get increased. Okay, that's why this counterattack becomes insane. I'm already at, I would be at roughly, what, 80% on this one? So that's where it becomes like, that's why you really want those. Mephisto can solo a 1 alliance. I recorded some of it. He took a pass by himself. I made a short that was a meme on the channel if y'all want to check it out. Boom, 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 boom. Let's see. Mephisto's in our alliance. Yeah. All right, so Cleo. I know we got some for her. We get anybody else? Let's level you up. Excuse me.
God has
The
given to
Hannibal.
man no sharper spur to victory.
New sharper
contempt of
spits.
death.
Finally got my swordsman lineup all to level 100 plus. So hyped. Dude, Lizard, that's awesome. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Is Mephisto trying to kill the server or something? No. If people talk, I always live by this philosophy, and if y'all don't know, right? If you want to play stupid games, you're gonna win stupid prizes, right? It's a great philosophy to live by, right? If you want to say something dumb, don't expect to not get clapped back. And so there's some people that kept talking smack, and he just said yeet. He didn't demand that the alliance help. He didn't do it. He just flew out and took care of it himself. We did end up, some of us did go and help, but he didn't require it, right? But he's the kind of player, like, if you're gonna tick off, he's just gonna do whatever it takes to just get you back. He doesn't really care. I think when he was soloing, I don't know if I have the video. Give me 1 second. Let me see. I think I recorded it on the iPad, but let me see real quick. Let's say screen mirroring, bro. I don't want a screen mirror. How do I? Why is it screen mirroring? Options. I guess it's because it's plugged in. GG's, that sucks. It's playing on an external device. Where? I don't even have this linked up. Screen recording, add caption. That's whack. Okay, never mind. Let me see if I can just show y'all this. So I recorded some stuff of this. Literally, you see right in the middle, the middle row is literally just him. And then I think the 2-minute 54-second one is where they rallied and we had some swarm action going. But the 16-minute one is literally just Mephisto swarming the pass and doing that thing. And then the rally, I think they said had 12 million deads or some shit like that. I don't even know. But when you play games like this, right? When you're just like, hey, bro, you know, let's change our name and let's talk some smack. Bro, homie is literally gonna come at you, and then they're surprised. And so then he came after him, and then they're like, all right, we quit. We're going back to the beta server. And we're like, GG's. Have fun. Have fun. You know what I mean? Like, people just don't play stupid games, win stupid prizes. That's the lulz of all of it. Let me see. The Great and Terrible. Nah, he actually, believe it or not, I know a lot of people say that, but if people haven't said anything to him, we really haven't attacked very many people. We aren't farm killing people. We aren't, like, honestly, the only people that really got attacked are the ones that went at him. And then when they went at him, then they all learned their lesson, and either they backed off or they got annihilated. It was one of the two. Is it better to be talked about than not be talked about? As a content creator, Misty, I would love for you to shout about our channel from the top of your lungs. Thank you. Commodus, no, he's not. It's just Mephisto doing Mephisto things. Yes. Zeroed basically an entire KVK in Rock. You know what? Who was it? Somebody asked. Oh, it was in the official Aoem Discord, and somebody was like, "Why is Mephisto planning to go to the content creator server?" And I was like, I'm pretty sure he's not. But if he's going to zero everybody. He's not going to, like, enjoy the Empire. And there's a reason for it. I don't really want to give it more shine, but there would be a reason for it. But yeah, he would just be going in there just to wreak havoc and absolutely zero everybody. So GG's if he does. Sorry about that. Hold my beer, dude. That used to be an amazing alliance. They were some awesome people. And Rock, hold my beer. This guy in World Chat earlier was trying to attack Mephisto's castle. He called him insane. Oh Lord, those people just, yeah. Oh, dude. I have an idea once you're done talking with chat. Uncle, tell me. I'm good. We can go over my commanders if people want to see. You can also critique and give advice to players. Sure. Let's do it. Mephisto needs to pay a visit to T4W. They be hitting people all the time while farming. Lucius, there's 1NS, there's Core. There's plenty of people on that right side. There's plenty of people on that right side. There's definitely going to be some fighting sooner than later. Why? You know what? We'll leave those for now. I want to see what coins we get. Why? Because of the way that it's set up. Nobody doesn't love somebody that doesn't like to share. And T4W decided to try to block off 2 passes, which either means one of 2 things. Either T4W is going to take both of them, or they're going to get absolutely blasted by AVS. So we'll kind of see. Not 100% sure what's going to happen there, but the tips are almost touching over here in the field. So they are 1 flag away. And I'm pretty sure 1NS is already set up for that left side pass. So, yeah, I'm pretty sure Core is not going to go down without a fight to not get into Kingsland. So it'll be interesting to watch that. Chilsy, good to see you, homie. How have you been, buddy? Mephisto can solo them? Yeah. I think negotiation with them Why? So here's the dilemma that I run into, chat. Right? You ready for this? Everybody talks about negotiation like we've done something already. I'm all for some negotiation, right? But usually negotiations, well, I guess they could happen before. But right now we have nothing to why there's so much negotiating going on where I get like people are saying KVK. Guys, that could be 8 months to a year away. Being real with y'all. That could be 8 months to a year away. So if you want to be extremely bored for 8 months, then cool, right? Like, do your thing. But at some point, you're going to have to fight. You're going to have to learn. The fighting mechanics are not the same. They're not the same as other games. What happens in those fighting mechanics isn't the same. How your troops react is not the same. You know, different things like that just aren't the same. You can't, like in Rock, people would tile hop and do shit like that, bro. That is almost non-existent in this game because of the mechanics. So, you know, it's something you kind of have to learn from in experience before you can really. So it is what it is. I think if everybody, what I'll say is everybody can negotiate until it comes down to, guess what? The final cap, and then guess what? It's gonna be a, well, I want it. No, I want it. No, I want it. No, wait, I want it. Okay. Everybody going into Kingsland wants it. So it'll be interesting to see how all these allies and partnerships and all this stuff works out. Because only one can take it. Only one can take it. I'm not saying it's us. I'm just saying, like, it's one of those things. What are they going to spin a wheel and see who gets it? All right, let me see. There was a flag there. They took it out. Ah, okay, I got you. All right, let me hop in real quick. Hello, 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 hello. Chat, do y'all hear him? Oh, actually, I don't think he's streaming. Uncle, are you streaming or no?
No, I will though.
Jesus Christ. All right, hold on. Let me get my headphones on real quick, chat, and then Uncle wanted to show his account. We can talk about it. And if y'all have questions, then let me know. That's going to be the time you want to ask the big boy questions, because he's going to know what it took, how he got it, all that kind of stuff. I'm not going to know that.
I wouldn't go that far, but okay.
It's a what? It's hard?
I said I wouldn't go that far, but okay.
Huh, bro. We're going deep. We're going deep inside, bro. Deep. Yeah, Baz, I have to put in my headset, that's why. Because I have my speakers, and so when the voice comes through, it picks up on the mic, so you get like a double. So I always have to put my headset on when I put somebody on voice. Everyone going to zero themselves in Kingsland. So Shelton, if people aren't careful, they're going to zero themselves in the first 5 minutes of Kingsland because they don't know how to fight. That's my whole point, right?
Yeah, this game is way different.
Yeah,
way different.
And that's why I'm saying, like, it sounds great, right, in theory, when they're just like, oh, we're all going to make it there, kumbaya. But once you get into Kingsland and you don't know how to fight or what the fighting mechanics are, or proper garrison or proper rallies or open field fighting, people are going to lose. Like, I lost 100k power in what, 30 minutes that we were fighting with S20. I lost 100k power of troops.
I mean, in one rally, how many pikemen did he lose?
I lost.
Yeah, granted, it was
30K.
It was a bad rally, but
Yeah.
still, though, I mean,
I think it was
still.
30k pikemen that I lost in one rally.
Yeah.
So just imagine that you're going to be rallying flags with 30k pikemen losses. Like, you're gonna feel it. Like, I think a lot of people think it's going to last a long time. I think people will run out of troops in the first like 3-4 hours.
Yeah. Also, you got to think, 30k pikemen. That's a couple days of training right there.
Is this
Without
Kingsland
speed up.
for server or actually a KVK type deal? Yeah. Oh, I have water. What was I saying I wanted earlier? Said that I would tell you. Oh man. I don't remember. Thank you, baby. Everyone's going to zero themselves. Hear him now with Echo. Okay, never mind. King Schmuck, how's it going, buddy? Schmuck, are you playing this game or no? Hello, Bulbacun. How's it going, buddy? All right, let me. Okay, he is streaming. Let me get here. Hold on, chat. I gotta set this up in order to.
So I figured some stuff out that I can show some people. That's what I wanted to show because a lot of people are asking questions about heroes.
Okay, cool. All right, we got 28 beautiful people in here, chat. Do me a monster favor if y'all can. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, smash that sub button. If you can help us out with that YouTube algorithm, smash the like button on the stream as well. And if you're on our Twitch channel right now, consider dropping us a follow. If y'all would love to support the channel in any way, we do have Twitch subs and YouTube memberships enabled. So you become a thick burrito. If you want to gift subs, do all that kind of stuff, supporting the channel, it's always greatly appreciated. So thank you so much in advance. Give me 1 second. I'm going to block this real quick because I need to actually stream this. And then I need to set window capture. This. Restream. Discord. Okay. Capture. All right. Let's clean this up real quick, chat. And it'll be Gucci. Seal that. This.
By the way, I just dropped almost 1 million alliance coins.
Bro, I'm jealous.
Well, I got.
This is
I
what
got,
I was. Thank you, baby.
I got both of them maxed out though, so
Hell yeah.
it's done. I don't think I'm gonna be. I think I'm gonna be set on commanders for a while.
Yeah,
But
you
I'll
should
show you
do.
some.
Until next month.
Oh, fuck off. Jesus, don't do that to me.
Well, that's when Boudica comes out.
Yeah, I mean, but if it's a wheel, or I don't know how they're gonna do it, but
Yeah, it's a wheel. She's a wheel one.
yeah, it takes a lot to max a commander on the wheel. By the way, it's a lot of coins.
I don't think most people. So here's the part I would tell you. The one thing I'm gonna try to gather data on. And this is just for me, and it will help y'all out too. I want to find out which commanders need 5 stars, which ones y'all can get away with getting with 1 star, and then there are certain ones that you want at 3 stars. I feel like there's not very many that are like, oh, only go to 2 or only go to 4. Most of them, from what I've seen, are 1, 3, or 5. And that may end up saving you a lot. I know Richard was 5. Like, people will say, just get him 5. But I know that Miyamoto, people were saying push to 3 if you can. If not, at least get 1. And then if you get 1 and you'd get the specialty, he's still really good.
Yeah, that's the other cool thing about this game compared to Rock is you don't, in Rock with the meta commanders, if you don't max those commanders, they're almost not 100% worthless, but they're pretty. Remember how you can do Saladin to like 5-5-5-1 or in this game you can get away with doing 1 or 3 stars and have a really good open field march. Really good.
Yeah, because those are what people got to remember is those are attributes, the stars in this game. The other one you had to do because you had to unlock all the skills. So you get additional attributes for each star that you unlock. But sometimes it's just not worth it because, like he said, they're very expensive. So if you don't, Rodney, welcome to the channel. I appreciate you, buddy. Welcome to the Burrito Gang. If you can't afford to spend all that right? And you only know you're going to spin the wheel maybe 2 rotations and try to get it to 1 star. That at least lets you know, like, okay, I'm going to get him to 1 star on the wheels, and I may need to use, you know, legendary coins or medals in order to level them up moving forward if I want it higher. So you can start planning accordingly. But I do want to start getting the list. If y'all have a list or data, let me know and I'll start building the list out for us. I may even put it on the website. That's going to be a priority for me coming in the next week or two, trying to get up some pages for y'all for some of the highly requested stuff, like these combos and stuff like that people keep asking about. But I'm trying to get the assets from the devs, so I'm gonna have to request it again because they missed a lot of these. So I'll start working on that, fam. Okay, let me see. Lucius, hey uncle, what are your best troop type to have right now?
I mean, honestly, just based on like real world fighting that we've been doing, like the other night, I went and soloed an entire alliance alone, and I killed a lot. And I can tell you guys right now, Mulan. Let me pull up my Mulan march for you guys. So like Mulan, for some reason, you know, and I'm not really like a stats nerd like a lot of people who play these games. I just do what Bulbo tells me to do. But it just, the proof's in the pudding when you're out fighting, and it just does so much damage, and she is so tanky if you set her up the right way. Really tanky for someone that does such high DPS. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So this, you know, my Mulan is almost max, and I'll go into my individual commanders and I'll show you guys, because I want to show you guys some equipment stuff, because I think, like Bubble was saying, it could be really complicated, but once you get the hang of it, it's actually, I think it's simpler than Rock.
Yeah.
Because Rock has all this crazy shit going on, man. Like I don't get it. So, but
rolls and
anyway,
re-rolls and
yeah, it's weird. It's like going to fucking Vegas and playing craps. Like it's so weird.
What I would say about the difference between the two games, and this is just keeping it real with y'all, right? It's not me shilling, you know, not me simping for this game or not for Rock. Like guys, I've given praise when they've done good things, but they've had more shit than they've had good. So the issue with Rock, right, is every mechanic in the game requires you to spend for the most part if you want to have decent anything, right? They are starting to add some stuff to the shops and a couple of things here and there, for like transmutation. Like every update that they add requires you like to either most of it you can't really grind for, but it's like transmutation systems, you know, like all these additional things. It's just like, I get it, but in my mind as a gamer, half of those systems could have just been hot fixes in the game as opposed to adding in a brand new system. The difference is the system makes them money, the hot fixes do not, right? And if you play Call of Duty, right, and a gun is super OP, which a couple of them are, right? They already announced in the next update, we're going to be here are the updates. We're taking this down for this weapon and this and this and that, and they are tuning the weapons. That is what should be done instead of creating a new system. But a new system just doesn't make them money. So I get it on that front, but it also overly complicates a thing that shouldn't be overly complicated. And that, I don't know. So I know what a lot of people keep saying, that this is complicated. This is far less complicated than what, like, if I had to explain Rock to people right now, I'd be losing my mind.
Yeah, it's pretty complicated. But the other thing is like in a game like this, the name of the game as far as the business goes is, you know, concurrent users every day, right? That's the metric that you're going for.
Yeah. Because
the more concurrent users you have paired with microtransactions is going to equal the average value of every player goes up, right?
Oh.
So what Rock gets wrong is you don't reward activity. Not really. A lot of the daily or weekly events, the special events, stuff like that, yeah, they're okay. But like if you play this game, there's always something going on, and they definitely reward you for being, and you only get rewarded if you're on the game. Okay. Right? So like the island thing, the expedition thing, like every day there's something with barbarians or something with forts or so, like and it rewards you. Now, is it going to be the same as rewarding what Mephisto's done? No, that's different. But if you are a free-to-play player or you're a low spender, no, you're not going to hang with. But the way these games go is, if anyone remembers how ROK was in the early days, there was no KVK, and it's the same thing that Bulbo was talking about earlier, where it's going to be an absolute shit show in Kingsland, right? Because everyone's all nice now, but the moment someone gets a chance to snipe that final thing, they're going to do it, and there's going to be a lot of backstabbing. That's what makes it fun. But the issue is that later on, as the game gets older, there becomes a lot more parity. So the really high spenders and the whales aren't as powerful because people have the equipment, and that's why it's important to have activities in place to reward the highly hyperactive players, right? Because it also makes the game more vibrant, and it makes the game fun. Like, there's nothing worse than going into when we were in Rock. I mean, I come from Bulbo was in big kingdoms too, but I was in like the biggest kingdoms all the time. Yeah. And those KVKs are fun, but like if you're not in those kingdoms, your KVK was like basically done within a couple days. Is it, right? Dude, that's not fun. That's not vibrant.
Basically, right? What they did with the new systems that they did, they nuked KVK, bro. I don't find, when I'm watching, like I'm just hanging out with Oppo just to hang out with Oppo, and I'm watching the spectating on some of these other creators. I'm just like, bro, I'm bored out of my fucking mind. Like, no offense. Some of them are entertaining. Don't get me wrong. Some will entertain. Oppo is super entertaining, right? I will always vibe with Oppo. But a lot of people just sit there, and I'm just like, bro, if I wanted, you aren't providing me with enough value where I want to stay here when I could just go myself and look.
Another good example would be like Redline, right? Like Redline always did a great job. Yep. And even though he was always in big KVKs, he always did a really good job of like interacting with people and keeping it fun and light and making what was usually watching a bunch of laggy guys fight each other in a ball where you could barely see anything. The funnest part about those big KVKs was the hype before and the shit talking after, which is sad, right? That shouldn't be the way things go. So,
see, chat, that lets you know how it is, because my own wife knows the Oppo slogan and she just typed it in chat. So it's one of those, like, I would say there are creators, and I'm not saying that everybody has their own thing, right? I'm not going to be the same as Cigarum. But we've already talked about trying to do some collab stuff. So we may end up doing stuff. It's just harder because during the week I'm at work and he's like, it's EU, US kind of situation. So more than likely it's going to be like hey, let's get together on a Saturday morning, because it'll be kind of noonish or like evening, early afternoon for him. And then we can do some stuff. But everybody has their own vibe. I'm not saying that Rock is trash, but Rock definitely has lost the charm that it once had. I think if you're older players and you experience Rock in the early days, the idea of it not feeling like a job and it was a game and you come and have fun, that's gone. That's completely gone. Like, I think the camaraderie is the only thing that keeps that game alive right now. It's not because of great mechanics. It's not because of great updates. Nothing game related is what keeps that game alive. What keeps the game alive is the community, and the communities that people have built in their own kingdoms. And that is the sole reason, and keeping it 100, that is the sole reason why it's stayed alive. Like, you can see by the bonfire things, like, people want to, like, they want to grow, but it took them 7 years to figure that out. And until the bonfire, like, it's one of those, like, I get it, I understand. And it's ironic that ever since Aoem launched, guess what? They've had more updates in the last month than they've had in the last 6 months. There's no differences in that. You know, you can't say that that's not a correlation between the two. So while I love seeing what I'm seeing, right? It shouldn't take that for y'all to be able to get that. And I love y'all as a community, and I want that for y'all. So I know when people ask me, why do you still care? You don't play Rock. It's because I care about y'all. I want the best gaming experience for y'all, because guess what? Sometimes the world sucks and everybody needs some game to go and retreat to, or go and play, or go and make friends, and the last thing you want is it to turn into like a toxic clown show where it's just like it's not enjoyable to go into. And that's where a lot of us are losing the love creator wise. You can tell who's losing love in the game, and you can always kind of tell. But it's a hard thing to give up because your community was built on that. And so that was one of the hardest things for me to do, was when I stepped away from Rock, because I knew the channel was built on it. But at the same token, I don't want to come off as disingenuous trying to make content that I know would have good viewership, but I absolutely hate it. That's like going to a job that you absolutely fucking hate, but you know you need to pay bills, right? So you go and do it, right? And that's what I didn't want it to become, because I don't need it for a job. It's not my job, right? I'm here to hang out with y'all, vibe with y'all, engage with y'all. That's why most of y'all don't know this, right? And I'll say this one time and then we're gonna hop in with Uncle on his stuff. I love this channel. I love my community, right? If I wanted to grow the channel like everyone always gave me junk for, I would just post videos. That is the easiest way to grow a channel. It doesn't require, it's I would say minimal effort, because you're cutting videos, you're recording, and that's it, right? When you're in a live stream and you suck, bro, you aren't growing for shit. You're just not. And so that is what I hunger for. I want to engage with you. I want to answer y'all's questions. I want to, laugh with y'all, get to know y'all, really dive deep and meet the community. And that's what's really, really awesome about the Aoem community right now, is we're thriving, we're growing. I think we're less than 100 subs away from hitting 5K. I'll have to talk with Mrs. Boba, and maybe we'll do like a t-shirt giveaway, or I don't know. We'll do something for 5K as we hit it. But yeah, I appreciate all the love that y'all been doing. And so if I don't always post the most amount of videos, I understand y'all want more. But live streams are 6 hours of time. I could have edited 3 or 4 videos in that time, but I choose to selectively do what I want to do, because this is what I love and what I enjoy, is being with y'all and hanging out. So hopefully y'all appreciate that. And that's why when I say smash the like button, do all that, bro, our live streams are getting more views than our videos right now because of how much engagement we're getting. And so that's why I love engaging with y'all. So if y'all do the little things like I was saying, and sub and like and share it out with friends and welcome everybody. Everybody's welcome. I want y'all to feel that. So, all right. I don't want to go too deep in that Alice in Wonderland rabbit hole. But yeah, Uncle, he wanted to show off some of the hero setups. I was going to tell you, how's your Hammurabi looking?
Mine?
Yeah.
Non-existent.
Okay.
Right now.
Okay. No,
So I want to show.
Go ahead.
No, you do it.
So what I was going to say is, once you get your Hammurabi a little bit up, you can move your Attila over to your Hannibal March, and then that's gonna optimize both your archers and your rally for your. Which actually, hold on. Oh, you don't even need him. No. You can keep it like that. Yeah, because your Hannibal March is already late game. So for those of y'all who don't know, actually, I'm gonna let Uncle talk about it, because we kind of talked.
No. You. I'll bring it up. You talk about it so they can see it.
So this is one of the late games. So if y'all have followed Cigarum, he's an amazing content creator. Once I finish chatting, I'll drop his link in the channel. He does a lot of like informational guides on marches and troops and explanations. He does a really great job on it. And I dove into one of his streams, and I was just like, bro, I didn't like, this was before he released his most updated guides. And I saw that he was using this combination right here in his end game. And I was just like, okay, like originally, his original guide that everyone kept sharing out had him, when he did his tier list, had Hannibal as S+ tier. And I was like, huh? I'm like, I haven't seen a single guide from a creator show him as S+ tier. And I was like, okay, well, what's going on? And then I watched one of his streams, and he was running with this lineup right here: Hannibal, Justinian, and Cleo. And I was just like, bro, no way. And so then I told Uncle, I'm like, this is what he's using. And he's like, and now I figured out why, because he explained it. So there are multiple variations when you hear Cav. A lot of people are talking about Lubu, right? Lubu, 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 lubu is all that you hear. Lubu, lubu, lubu for Cav. Okay. In other games like this, like in Rising Kingdoms and all those other ones, there are always like tank marches, right? You hear this, the wording, tank marches, DPS, all those kinds of deals. Lubu is your tank combination right there. Your primary guy, you're going to be pumping out DPS. What people weren't saying in their guides is what Hannibal, why he was S+ tier until recent. He released another guide. Hannibal gives you the tanky aspect of Cavs. So if you're looking for a very optimal tanky Cav march, Hannibal, this lineup right here is going to be your tank Cav, right? Lubu will be your DPS variation. So that is what's important to understand. Is it's about how you want to play the game. Use the guides as kind of a guiding hand, but not the end all, like the Bible of how you're going to run your account, because a lot of the combinations you're going to find are going to be switching from a lot of the early game guides. Even the ones that they did early game with late game guide, like little variations of it, a lot of the combinations in those late game weren't even for the original ones, weren't including these kinds of marches. So just take that with a grain of salt. Octavian was another one that I saw a lot of, that I know a lot of people aren't really talking about, but I did see in a lot of end game marches. Was Octavian was another one. I'm gonna say the name wrong. Get it? I don't even know. They're not even in our wheel right now, or in the commander. Got it? I don't even know. But that one is in every end game combo as well. So a lot of these combos are going to switch up. Let me see. Hope you're well. Oh, okay. They're chatting real quick. Early days. The Miller Lite. Oof. I'm about to spark a fat joint because it's legal in Canada. I'm smoking this one for everyone in chat. Hey, I appreciate you, Lizard.
So one thing I'll say.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, I was going to read a question because it was in chat, but you finish your thing and I'll ask you the question.
So one thing about this march here, everyone in this chat can get this march, right? Now, if you save up coins, Hannibal's been on the wheel. If you just get them unlocked, get a couple spins, you can get Justinian. If you're halfway active, you can unlock Justinian in the Mightiest Governor event. And Cleo is not hard to get either, right? So this is a doable march for you down the road. Maybe not right now, but down the road, it's a doable march, right? This is why I wanted to show this to people so they can see it, because, you know, it'll come in handy because this is a really good march. The only thing bad I'll say about it is, now granted, it's not, I don't have it fully, you can see I'm pretty low level, but I'll work on this, is it does get focused on when you're fighting. When I was fighting against that alliance the other night, like I was stopping them from taking the city, right? This march was getting jacked up pretty good, right? It was getting it. Mulan was tankier than this march.
Oh, okay.
I don't know why, but every time I think what it is I think I think because it's Cav, it's always the first to make contact, right? Whenever I'm targeting people in a big brawl, maybe that's it. I don't know. I'm not 100% sure.
Let me ask you this: are your Cleo skills still set for farming?
No, I changed them.
Okay.
Yeah, I changed them. Yeah.
The skills I think are what's going to make the huge deal, and then the talent trees are going to be a big difference in those.
Yeah. So we'll see as I rank these up, you know, get the Justinian and Cleopatra. We'll see where it goes, but. Yeah, this is it does a lot of DPS, right? Compared to, but you know, I wanted people to see this one, but also I want to piggyback on something you were talking about earlier. You didn't realize that you're talking about it, but it made me think of something. So let me get out of this so I can show people. So Bulba has talked about in streams a lot about provisioning, right? And provisioning in this game is way more important than Rock, because you have the ability to accumulate a lot more resources in this game, right? The nodes, the alliance centers where you get the RSS at, you get a lot more. So I want everyone to pay close attention to right now, this here, and I'll show you guys the march, and you guys don't have to use this march, but there's other marches you can do, and even if you get halfway to the collection speed, it's worth it. Right now, with this march I have in there, I'm collecting almost 450,000 units of gold an hour. Right? So if you go to bed, you throw this in a line, you know, you're going to wake up, you're going to have millions and millions of gold or whatever it is you're collecting. That's massive, because this game is pretty, when you're building buildings and building troops, it's very resource heavy.
How many resources does it take for one rotation? You're T5 right now, right? Or T6?
Mm-hmm. Hold up.
So this is the kind of stuff that I'm not showing y'all because I don't currently have the T5, T6, but I have heard that they take a hot second to train. So
1600. So you can look here. You know, 547,000 food just for 1600, right? 128,000 wood, 128,000 gold, 128,000 stone. This is for archers, right? Archers are always gold heavy.
So just let that sink in, chat. That could be potentially, what, 2 million food just for one rotation of troops?
Yeah, so it just, you know, you have to really take some time to get 1 or 2 really good provisioning marches. Like, you want your best one to go to the alliance centers, right? Because that's where the most is. And then before you go to bed at night, you just send all of your, you know, 3, 4, 5 marches, whatever you have. I've just realized, because I've been building a lot, I've kind of slowed down a little bit. I kind of slowed down on it. I didn't want to hurry T6 for nothing.
Yeah.
I have time until I really need them.
Yeah.
So I've been focusing the last 3 to 5 days, really trying to get my heroes and my commanders where they need to be.
Heroes are so big. Like, and that can't be understated. The hero aspect of stuff, like, pull up just pull up. Yeah, look at I want y'all to see the equipment. The fact of the matter is, the skills are all 30, 35, and 40. The hero equipment is, I think, didn't you have one that was higher than that? Or is this your highest level gear?
I mean, I have, you know, my Richard's pretty high.
Okay, yeah, there you go.
Mulan.
There you go.
Mulan.
So
right,
you can start to see. Can you click on the helmet for me real quick? You start getting into the point where you see how he has the gems up top, and that adds new dynamics to it. You can level up your stuff with stars and level up stars, and so this becomes a thing. I don't even know. See, so that's one of the things that I haven't done, the heart gem and all that kind of shit. I actually haven't even looked into all that. I don't even know.
This is why I wanted to show it, so you can see it. So, so this is where people might get a little overwhelmed compared to Rock, but once you start doing it, and you've played Rise of Kingdoms, you realize very quickly that this is actually easier than ROK. So the first thing is in order to unlock the gems up top here, guys, you have to level up the equipment here by using this button right here. You see that, Bulba?
Yeah,
I'm circling right here. Mm-hmm. So once you hit that, you use these to level here. Okay, pretty common sense. And as you level those up, you see the attributes over here that go up. Okay. At level 10, it unlocks the first one. Level 30 unlocks the second one. Level 60 unlocks that one. Easy enough, right?
Mm-hmm.
So pretty cut and dry. There is events and there are things that you can do to earn these. Obviously, I didn't do that. We all know what I did to get them. Okay. So, but also inside of these, inside of your smithy, you can also refine these as well. And I'll show that. So you can make these even better. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So you can make these, you can level these up as well, but we'll get into that in a second. But what I would tell people to focus on is, I would not, if you get these, yes, and focus these on your best commander, but I would focus here on leveling up the actual equipment itself, because if you look at the attributes, you know, if I level this up 1 level, it takes it up, you know, 0.3%, you know, and you can see very quickly, you know, this was pretty low down before I started leveling it. So this is where you're going to get a lot of bang for your buck on your and it's not hard to get these. These things right here are in a lot of events, right?
They're also in almost every store that I can think of
Correct.
right now. So if you do
In the
island
islands,
tactics,
yep,
tactics is a
100%.
big one. So
Right.
you can earn those pretty quick.
Right. So now, not everyone is going to get gold equipment,
Yeah.
but you can get it because in events you'll get a lot of basically random. It'll be like a random RNG thing, and once you forge it, it just randomly selects one. And I've gotten a lot of gold pieces from that.
So
right?
I would say this is, out of all the games I've played, this game is the easiest one to get gold equipment, because, and here is, I'm not saying you're gonna get, don't get it misunderstood, chat. I'm not saying you're gonna get flush with legendary equipment, but as a free to play, if you can get deep enough into island tactics, you get the scrolls for that you can pull a couple of legendary. And so, yeah, are you going to get 15 of them? No, but the shop refreshes every week. So at some point, will you have a full legendary set? Yeah, you will. You know, so that's what I would say about these, is just understand that there are a lot of shops with a lot of variations, with events that have scrolls, with events that have, you know, there's so many ways of getting a lot of this stuff that do not require money, unless you want them in mass quantities and you want it quickly. Then yes, you need to spend, right? But is it unobtainable for free to play as long as they play the game? No, it's going to take time for you to grind it, and that's it.
So here's the other. So you got those parts, right? So you got the gems, you got this at level. Now here's the next level up. You can also upgrade your equipment, right? So let me show you how that works. So basically, it's very similar, not the same, but very similar to Rise of Kingdoms. So basically, as you start, and this doesn't just have to be gold equipment, guys. It could be purple, it could be blue, whatever it is, doesn't matter. Basically, what happens is as you forge more stuff, which is actually very cheap in this game, it doesn't cost a lot of those little because you can mine those stones on the map. I don't know if anyone knew that, but you can mine those stones on the map, okay? So as you forge stuff, you're going to get duplicates. And as you get duplicates, you can use that to then upgrade the equipment. So let me show you how that works. So right here, there's this little star. You click on it, and it's going to tell you what's required, how many extras you're going to need.
Oh, bro. Don't tell me that. Oh, no.
Right? You've been getting rid of them.
I don't want to say it, chat. I don't want to say it.
Right.
I didn't run into the legendary issue, but I did dismantle some epics already. So now I know.
Okay, so here's the key thing though. It doesn't. You need other stuff other than these, right?
Okay.
So let me find one that I need it. So let me show you. All right, so I can't do this here because I have to upgrade this to. What?
No, you can do it. What is it?
Tell me I can't.
Saying it doesn't
Reach
like
level 30 out of 40. It is at 30.
No, you need to get to 40. That's what it's telling me.
Okay. Let me see how much it costs.
That's fine. While he's looking at that, chat, here's another observation that I noticed, and the reason why Mulan is so OP in the beginning also contributes, because if you look at the wheel that we were looking at when you were looking at the heroes, it showed you the counters for everything, and Cav is a hard counter for Archer. The problem is, in early game, there really isn't a great Cav march that people are going to have the ability to get very high very quick, right? Hannibal is probably your best bet at the beginning, and even then you have to wait multiple wheel rotations to even have like a really good viable march that's going to take on Mulan. So that's why when we were battling against 800, we started noticing, hey, they're putting a shit ton of archers in their garrison, and it was a smart play, because guess what, there wasn't a great rally combo at the time for Cav, and so that's just something to take note of. And I'm not saying Mulan, like a lot of people still use Mulan in endgame, right? The secondaries may change, but Mulan is still an endgame. But the major difference is in early games, archers are super OP because cav really aren't established. So just take that with a grain of salt if you are an archer and you like archer mains.
All right, so once you get to the appropriate level, you can then come over here and click on advance. So it's going to have a safety feature to keep you from being an idiot, like some people are, i.e. me, right? To keep you. So you hit advance. Say, hey, you want on first you have to unlock it. Then you can do it.
Dang,
All right,
bro.
so once, right? But hold on, there's one more step. Now you have to use these to then get the stars up. You see the stars up here?
Yeah.
Why is this important to know? Because you can get these from the islands event that you do every day. You accumulate. If you look in the shop right now, you'll see every day, or when the shop expires and restarts, you can get these. There's also ones for purple. There's also ones for blue. Every different level has these. Okay, and then all you have to do is you then ascend them up. So now it's a 2-star, and once you get to the next level, this goes up.
Oh.
Okay, so now you see it's on the 3rd level here. So now basically you're getting, you're getting another level, and then this one goes up to skill damage. And every single piece of equipment has its own thing. Right? So like I did this one last night. My unit capacity is up now.
Oh, okay, that's smart.
And over here, I haven't really messed with this one, but like your elimination rates, that means I took that to mean that instead of doing X amount of sev wounds, you're actually killing more when you're fighting.
Oh, that'd be good.
Because you take deads, open field fighting in this game, right? So
the most annoying part of the game, guys.
Right. So I can actually ascend this one right now. Yeah, I just finished him. Boom, he's done.
Can you hover over it and see if it gives you? It doesn't give you a description of the elimination rate, right? I don't think so.
No.
Okay, I'll have to ask.
But this
I'll
is.
find out about.
But I wanted to show you this because we have a lot of people in chat that come and go, and I know a lot of people aren't as far as long as me, and there's nothing wrong with that, guys. But in these games, you can make mistakes, and if you're a free to play or low spender, that really hurts, right? And so you let people like me be a dumbass first, and then I figure stuff out, right? And then I wanted to show everyone. So and the reason why I wanted to show this also is because this is literally this is the game, right? The difference between this and Rock is they took everything right about the equipment system from Rock and they made it day one.
Yeah.
Everything, right? So it gives you something to constantly work for, to grind for, and actually what you can work towards. And you can have a little bit more of a hands-on customization of how you want to run your account, right? It's going to be very difficult to find a quote-unquote meta in this game because there's so many different variations.
Yeah.
Right.
And that's why I always kept saying, like, use the guides as guides, guys. Like, everybody, like, even I'll say this, even with when I was watching Cigarum's stream and they were doing, I forgot what the event was called. It's basically their ARC style event, and he was playing, and even the guys that were on his team were running completely different marches, right? They may have completely different builds with completely different rings, with completely different, like, you can really customize it to how you want. So there may be some really cool builds that may come out that aren't on guides right now, that maybe we'll figure out, and we'll kind of research and test it out and kind of see how it goes. But it is one of those, like I said, use it as a guide. It's there to guide you, give you some information, but just don't assume it's the end all be all, because it's always going to change. They could drop new equipment tomorrow and it changes the march composition you're going to use, right? So we're just showing you stuff like this, guys, and that's why I like having Uncle on here. I know somebody literally dropped a comment in the video. It's like, who's Uncle? That's why. Because Uncle, I've known Uncle, and he's been a part of the community for a very long time, through our Rock days. And so I like being able to bring you all this kind of content, because this is content I won't personally be able to bring y'all, right? But I know that I have community members that are fantastic and love bringing y'all this kind of content and answer y'all's questions and doing stuff like that. So if y'all do have further questions and stuff like that, then what we can do is we do have a Discord general in the Discord. I'll put the, hold on, give me a second. That way, if y'all have stuff outside of the stream and y'all ever have questions, y'all can ask in there. And we have plenty of, we have members that are from Kingdom 42. I know most of y'all have heard of them. Very, very knowledgeable, very smart. We have players in 20 that I know of. We have players in friends that are in 64 with the creator servers. Like, we have a lot of really awesome members in the community. So if y'all ever have questions, just reach out in the Discord, the Aoem general, and then we can get y'all taken care of. The Wonder event you're talking about where they capture the notes. Yes. Cold Fusion. That's the one. So I like that. So I saw some of it, but I know I talked with Sagarum. So if you're new to the channel, I kind of built this channel originally around, in Rock, there's a mode called Ark of Osiris. It's like an Alliance versus Alliance mode, very similar to the Wonder event. And I was doing this like in the early days, like I would cast over those kinds of deals. So if you think about it like League of Legends and stuff like that, that is what I wanted to bring to the game. Some entertainment, highlighting a competitive mode that doesn't last for 15 hours, right? It lasts for an hour and you're done, right? 30 minutes, however it is. I talked to Sagarum about wanting to do that. And so he's down and he was willing to, he's willing to get me in, because I think right now it's only in the beta servers, to where maybe he shares it on Discord and then we can kind of stream and share and do that kind of stuff. I definitely know that he won't have Discord chat on because he doesn't even have it for his stream, but at least that way we can see it and y'all can experience it. It feels very like if you play Call of Duty, right? It feels very much like Control, or for Domination. Think of Domination as well. I know Halo has a variation of it too. They just have more nodes on it, and then you want to get in there, capture it, and you start ticking over points. So, and all along you're fighting everybody. So it can be very strategic, and I feel like it's going to be a great addition to this channel in particular, because a lot of my members love that aspect. So I'm going to be excited to get in with people and figure out, you know, if we can do that kind of stuff and bring it to y'all on a competitive basis. I would love to get in on a 42 Alliance and then just be able to cast theirs as well and kind of bring y'all that content. So as it appears, there's truly a speciality, not just Cav, Archer, 3 Commanders compilation. Yeah, there's a lot of variations, Baz. Right, it's so cool. Was watching him play, and his Hannibal 1v4. A lot of people, yeah. And so that's why I was saying it's one of those, like, that March wasn't on his original guide. And so when I asked him, I said, hey, you know, he goes, no, I just released a new one. And it was like 2 days prior. I just hadn't seen it. But everybody kept throwing the old original guide that he made like 6 months ago. And now the new guide includes marches that he's using right now. Right. So it's due to all the testing and everything, but it changes. You know what I mean? So that's why I'm saying, like, use it as a grain of salt, use it as a guiding hand, but don't build your account around guides, because everybody's gonna say something a little different. And it may not be the same, you know what I mean? Cigar may have insane equipment that we just don't have access to, or he won through certain events, or there's so many little things, nuances that I would say in this game that can drastically change little things. You know what I mean? Like what Uncle was talking about, the gear and talking about. So I can see where a lot of this will get customized as we start moving forward.
So the other thing I want to show you guys is, like, once you start building up your equipment and your gems and all the stuff we went over, you know, this little button over here will show you all the attributes on that command. So you can get a pretty good feel. So, you know, Bulba, you're asking about this base elimination rate during sieges.
Oh, okay.
So that's what it's for.
So rally.
Yeah, it's for rallies, right? So, but you can get a pretty good feel for what this commander is going to bring. Now, I can tell you guys what I've been focusing on. I've been focusing on a lot of defensive and health bonuses for Mulan, because she's not a glass cannon. She's not like, what was that commander that was really good at damage in Rock, but like could die really fast?
Oh my goodness!
The Arab one.
Yeah.
Not Saladin. What's that guy's name?
Not YSS. It's oh my goodness, I just went blank.
The Arab one. I can't. Anyway, it's because the way that I kind of thought about, because after listening to Bulba talk and like the way you want to think about it is Mulan's going to be your DPS like staple, and then like Hannibal and Richard are your tanky kind of. Like they're what's the word for it? They're
I think you hit it with
like,
tanky.
Well, no, not tanky, but they're tanky, but they also take away attributes from whoever they're hitting.
Counterattack.
Yeah, so like they take away might, they take away strategy, they take away those attributes that a lot of these commanders are built with might skills, right? So like those two marches, and then what was the other one that I had? I have those. Oh, then Minamoto is another DPS march, right?
Oh yeah.
So you have these two DPS marches and two like in another game that I play called EVE Online. We call those like neuting attacks, where you're basically sucking their attributes away from them, so they're basically rendered not useless, but not as good as they should be.
Get sucked.
Counters. Right.
The succubuses.
The other thing I wanted to show you guys, just to make sure everyone understands, is inside of here. Okay, obviously everyone knows, you got to use these, which by the way, you get these in the Islands event. You get these in a lot of different events. So if you're active, you're hitting barbarians because you get them, barbarians. I know we don't call them that, but tribes. You get these from hitting tribes too, so that's important. I'm just trying to prove to you guys that if you're active, and that every day you're getting on and doing your thing. I know you have to have your real lives, but you can you can keep up a little bit with that. But inside your skills here, I know Bulba went over it, but I just want to show you guys one more time. Inside over here, you can upgrade that skill right here, right? You can upgrade these skills and make them better, right? You can see this one goes from 5.55 to 6.83. Right.
Jesus
so
Christ.
What? What's wrong?
I said Jesus Christ. You're so the reds are so beautiful.
Yeah. I've actually kind of held back on this a little bit because I'm not sold on. I need to see reports and stuff, right?
Yeah.
I need to see.
Somebody asked, and the ones that I keep seeing are Active Mercy and Weak Spot are the two that I keep seeing for Mulan.
Yeah. So
it's one of those, like we say, chat. We gotta experiment. It's not saying that other people haven't tried it, but it's one of those like the little things matter. And so we may see Active Mercy and weak spot, and then somebody comes back with a double attack and Active Mercy, and it blows it all out of the water. So that's one of those things. Like I would tell you, just test it. I know other people have tested it, but who knows? Maybe you'll get different results in them. Like nothing is perfect in here, and cities, towns, capitals, those all make huge differences and variations for stats. So it could change.
The other thing too is the whole point of this is, and Bulba's been talking about this for the last couple weeks, is anyone who acts like they know what the fuck they're talking about, they actually do not know what they're talking about. Like this, yes, there's people that have been playing this game since the beta, got it, but even the game we're playing right now is different than what the beta was. Right? We have players in S20, we have that played in the beta. Like this game is a different game, right? There's more to it. It's more dynamic. There's just a lot more options to do with stuff, with equipment, with commanders. Like, so what I would tell people is that, in Rock, you don't have a choice. Like you have to do things a certain way to be 100% optimized. In this game, yeah, eventually we'll get there, but it's no one knows the answers yet because no one's really fought yet. right? Over like me and Bulba, we learned in the alliances and servers that we were in through years and years and years of it. And even then, we didn't even really understand what the fuck health was, or defense,
Yeah.
or attack, right? Like that's because Rock and Lilith is terrible, but like but it's this game does a little bit better of a job explaining stuff, but you can get yourself in trouble because it penalizes you just like Rock did. If you go too hard into something and you're a free to play player, you're gonna waste stuff. So I caution you guys, I show you this so you don't do it. Like, yes, these are important, but they're not more important than saving up for a little bit until you actually know what the hell is going on, right? That's the key thing you have to take away from this.
Yeah, and that's kind of chat. It gets back to like we say, right? If y'all experiment and try new stuff, let us know, right? That's why I'm making all these general things. AOEM codes, I'm updating that. We'll probably end up adding in like a lineups chat. That way, if y'all want to share y'all's lineups or get feedback about lineups or do whatever y'all want to do, that's going to be the location, right? If there are web pages that I'm going to build out for it, that is ideally what I'm going to likely do, because I'll tell you this. I know a lot of people tell me make videos, even uncles, like make a video on the lineups. I can, right? But if they change next week, guess what? I got to redo all the videos, right? On a web page, I can literally switch 2 graphics and I'm good. So I'm not saying I won't ever make videos, but my priority for me is getting the web, because I can literally, like right now, right? Lucius is asking right now, he asked in chat, what 2 skills should I have on Mulan, right? Which is a great question. But I could also have the same question get asked 15 times in a stream. And I want the ability as a creator, because I know I have a great website, right? No shun. I know I would say I would be hard fought to say that I probably have the best website in AOEM right now and in Rock, right? Because I spend a lot of effort and a lot of time building graphics and doing all that kind of stuff for it. And so I want that to be reflected in for y'all, which also helps with the stream. So like right now, if I went and did a Mulan build page, right? That would be one of the questions I would have. What skills should you use? Right? What talent tree should you hit up? What combinations are best? All the questions that y'all ask, I take note of, because then that's what I want to put on the page. So then in chat, all I need to do is ! Mulan. And then guess what? Then it populates the web page in chat for you. You can click and it takes you to the web page, right? I probably could do the same thing with YouTube videos, but I can also embed the YouTube videos on the web page. So y'all start to get what I'm talking about. That is what I'm going to look at doing. The only reason I haven't done it is I don't have Mulan, Hannibal, the main core ones that I need to start building. I don't have the assets from Timmy and from the crew. So that's what I keep pushing for. I do have some, but I don't have enough to make all the combos and do all the graphics and stuff that I need. If it gets too long, then I may end up just trying to rip them from the game and then like screenshotting and then cutting and doing all that. I ideally don't like doing that because it's just less quality. But that's the idea of it, fam. That way, whenever y'all have questions, I'll have the base, like the meta, right? At least the meta ones up there. And then that way y'all can figure out what it is, right? And then I can eventually add early game, late game, drop downs, that kind of stuff, free to play, friendly, so on and so forth. All the questions that we get asked all the time, and take those videos, make it into a web page, and then I can also build videos for y'all. So if y'all like that idea, go check it out. I don't even think I have the website command on here. Let me see if I still do. I thought I did. Let me see. There it is. There you go. So website should be popping up on both streams right now. If you want to go check it out, it's literally just bulbaritos.com. Go check it out. Once we start casting the wonder mode in AOEM, then I'll start populating that on the website as well. That way, if y'all want to watch them and learn and do that kind of stuff, y'all would be able to do that too. So, all right. So you got some more Mr. Uncle? Or
Well, I just want to answer that guy's question about Mulan. So right
Okay,
now,
good.
you guys see I have double attack and furious charge, right? But you hear a lot of people say, "Oh no, you're supposed to do weak spot and active mercy." So here's my thought on this. So when you're doing the difference between this and rock is you have to pair your skill tree. You have to build your skill tree out, and you have to complement it with these skills, right? So what I did is I built my Mulan heavy into might in my skill tree.
Okay.
And then what I did was, if you look at both of these skills here, double attack, it increases hero's might, strategy, and armor for 3 seconds. But then over here in Furious Charge, this is 100% activation every time, right?
Yeah.
So it activates a signature skill, except for passive, increases the hero's might damage stackable, right? So if you have multiple skills going into might damage, like I think it's +1 or +3 whenever you use it in your skill tree, that paired with that and double attack, in my brain, that sounds like that's going to be a really good stackable skill.
Yeah.
Right? But if you look at Active Mercy here, after launch a normal attack, deals might damage. So maybe Active Mercy and Furious Charge? I don't know. But this is the point that we're making earlier. We don't freaking know yet.
Yeah.
And you don't know because we can't see the math on it. And we haven't seen the math on it because we really haven't fought yet. Not really. Right?
So, I would say that, and it also varies. So this is another note, and it dips into the more this gets into the complexity aspect of stuff. So that's why I'm not going to dive too deep into it. But that's the reason why your hero lineup is very important too, right? We're talking about one hero right now. There may be your secondary hero that will help to accelerate the activation of those things as well, depending on what their skills are and what their talent. So it all affects everything, right? It isn't just, let me put these skills on this hero and it's gonna cook, right? You want to make sure that your secondaries and your tertiary heroes are all synergized so that you get the most optimal. So like right now, that double attack maybe get heightened with your secondary and your third, and then the talent tree. So then it kicks. That also your skills are going to activate because you have your specialty on as well, which is, I think, a might one for Mulan. I don't have
Correct.
my game
So-
up right now.
But the other thing too is that the gems also give attributes to this too, right? So there's in your second level of gems, you'll see you can have might, strategy, siege. Like there's all these different things that contribute to this. So this is the point we're making, guys. Like this is way deeper and way more complicated
Deep.
than just like, it's just so much different, but in a good way, not in a bad way. So no one has the answers, right?
Yeah.
So this is why you have a community where you test stuff out and you work together, and we just kind of stumble through it together and not act like we know everything and make videos. Must have 5 commanders. Blah, blah, blah. Like it's stupid. It doesn't make any
Y'all
sense.
know y'all seen them. Come on now.
And here's the thing: good on those guys for doing it. There's nothing wrong with that.
No.
The problem is that it's like trying to predict the weather, right? It's just not a really good field to be in right now.
I think there's a difference in my mind as a creator, and this is coming from a creator side. So the reason, and I'll tell you why I always have a hard time doing those. If I wanted to do them, I could do them, chat, right? What I always worry about is I don't feel like I invest enough to be knowledgeable to be able to dissect in like a very intense answer that, or like a question somebody may have, right? Like right now, Lucius, you asked the 2 skills I should have on Mulan. If I had Sagaram on here, he probably would answer the question of which 2 skills you would use and why, right? And he would have multiple breakdowns of why you would choose these 2 or these 2, right? He isn't going to tell you these are the only 2 you can use, right? He's going to tell you, if you want this, do this. If you want this, do this. If you want this, then do that. And that is the ultimate understanding that I cannot provide. So that's why I like bringing knowledgeable people on here for y'all, so that y'all can see new features, that y'all can, ask questions. And if y'all have more in-depth questions, then let me know and I can always reach out and see if I can get him. Or maybe I just bring Cigarum on a Saturday and we just chat about nothing but heroes, and maybe we make it a whole segment. I don't know. That's some stuff that I've thought about doing, and maybe we do it. Right? I know he went on with 12 and kind of did a quick thing for starting a new account and what you should, so on and so forth, you should do. I don't personally care about that, being perfectly honest. I feel like the game is easy enough in the beginning where you should be able to power up relatively quick, even as a free to play. If you're active, then you'll be fine. The more complex stuff is what I care about, right? Well, we're talking about skill combinations, what skill combinations should be in your secondary and tertiary, what talent trees, and those are the things that I care about, because that's when it gets to the nitty gritty on there's a difference, a 6% difference here versus this one. Or if you're trying to do more strategy damage, then this is the tree you need to use. These are the secondaries you need. And so that's where it gets very intricate and complex. So, like I said, that's the reason I don't do those videos. I applaud, if people want to do it, then do it, right? But you have to understand at a certain token, like if you're not knowledgeable about it, we're just kind of just kicking the bucket down the road. And then your whole audience is going to be like, why does my March suck? And it's like, because you didn't know jack shit. So you just don't be a sheep, right? Watch videos, be knowledgeable, learn for yourself. That's what I do too. And if we all kind of come as a community, then we can all learn together, right? If you learn something cool and unique, share it. We'd love to hear it, or come on the stream. I'll bring you on and you can talk about it and we can all teach the community. So that's the overall thing that I just want to get across. That's why those kinds of videos I tend not to do, even though I probably should do it for growth of the channel. Cigarum does such a great, and I keep saying his name, he does such a great job on the guides because of how specific he is with why you would do it. I would never bring that to a video. I just know myself well enough to know that I just won't dive that deep, right? So I always tell him, like, hey, if you have great stuff, I'd love to share it. Just let me know. Because I get a lot of those questions and I want to steer y'all in a great direction where it's a knowledgeable direction and not just somebody saying, yeah, I had this guy over here and he tested 500 times and this is what he learned, right? Like, that's not you actually testing it and finding out for yourself. That's just using somebody else's data and saying that it's the best. So that I don't think anybody's truly found out what the best of the best is, because the video, I keep seeing every other new video every other week of a new combo. So test it out, watch some videos. If y'all learn from data, share it with us. We'd love to see it, right? That's ultimately what's going to help us, is the data that we see and who they play against and fight against and all that kind of stuff as y'all start fighting. 12 million, homie. Did you see Teddy went and blew everyone away with, I think he's like close to 14 now.
Yeah, he's got T6 now. Yeah, he I'm not in a super big hurry, man. Like, I feel like, yeah, T6s are important, but
you still have 2 weeks before we even get to Kingsland, bro.
Yeah, it just, to me, the important thing is what we've been talking about tonight, like figuring out how to work these commanders out, right? Because they're so, it's so deep. Like, once you start getting with all the different stuff we looked at, it like the real big time, like I call them Excel sheet nerds in this game.
Oh yeah.
Right. And they actually give the opportunity, whereas in Rock there was a lot of like licking your finger and putting it up in the air trying to figure shit out, right? Like, you just never really got a handle on the math.
Yeah. In
this game, it's there for you. It's just going to take experience to figure it out, right? So I love it. I mean, the game's super fun. I don't get to play it as much as I want because, I have to work for a living, but
Hell yeah. Hey, that's the fun. Have you been playing the other account, or you've been sticking in this?
A little bit. It's not as good as this. I'm in, like, I didn't mean to be, but I'm in the biggest alliance in the kingdom, and I was one of the biggest people in there, and I just kind of, I'll play it, but it's just like, it's like 4 million power. It's like, okay, I'm sorry. This kingdom, we're gonna have ourselves a good old fashioned street fight. I'm telling you.
It's gonna
Like,
be
it's-
it's gonna be slap your grandma.
But it's not going to be. It's. I think I agree with you what you said earlier before we got on here. I think it's going to be. I figured it out the other night, man. I had 4 marches out, and I was just absolutely Dikembe Mutombo people. Like it was bad, and
there's a
people are
huge-
watching me, and they're
a
like,
huge
"What
difference.
the fuck?"
There's a
You know,
huge
it's massive, right?
difference. Yeah, it's a massive. Like I can't say it enough, right? T5, the you feel the difference in T5 between T5
Yeah.
and T4.
Yeah, I agree.
The only way that you can get around that is activity, and that's the reality of it, fam. Like you're gonna go T4, T5, and you're gonna get wrecked. It's just the way it is. And the reality, the hardest part about it, right? And this is the part that the mechanic I kind of really wish that they would fix, but I don't think it's that easy. There's no reason you should take dead in the field when your hospital is empty, right? Because what happens is when somebody's running with T5 and you're running with T4, you're going to take a tremendous amount of deads in the field just for getting hit, and you have no clue. There's no indicators. Oh, this guy has T5. Let me not run at this guy, right? All the troops look the same, and you just run in there, butt naked and hope something happens. And then you see your march going tick, 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 tick. And then you find out, oh shit, they're T5, T6, T7. And by the time that is, you've already lost 1,000 troops, and you didn't even do it. Like, they're all dead. And so it's like, there's no learning curve right now. So that's why I always tell y'all, like, I know everybody wants to send 5 marches out. For your sanity, don't do it unless you know you can train them all back, because in 30 minutes, I lost 100,000 power of that quickly, because I didn't realize I was hitting T5 marches until I was looking at the reports. And then I noticed who they were. And then I started kind of like, I either would separate them out and then hit one, and then I would still take deads, right? But just not as many. But when I got sworn by all T5, bro, the march was getting wrecked. Like it was bad. So
I would just say, like, I would encourage people to like go to the Discord, raise your voice, and I don't like. It doesn't bother me that I lose deads, but I'm a different kind of player, right? That doesn't bother me. But people who are not spending money and have to grind, when you start losing T5s and even T4s, that shit is expensive to replace.
well, just think
And
about
so-
it, right? Most people right
Slot.
now, their marches are what, 50 to 80K marches, right?
Yep, T4 maybe.
I don't even think I have 50K after the fighting. I think I'm at like 50K pikemen right now. And it's just one of those things, fam. Like for Uncle and for the big boys, right? They can retrain if they need to. But if you are losing, 2/3 of your army in 20 minutes just from fighting on the field, it's a problem. Because retraining 20K troops when you can only hit the barracks for 1.2K, a rotation
Right.
for 7-8 hours, right? That's shit. I don't even want to do the math. That's like 5 days worth of training that you're having to do just to get the 20K back to get to normal. So that is an important thing to understand is troops are going to be very, very sparse. So understanding like, hey, I may need to run out with 2 marchers instead of 4, or else I'm going to get wrecked. So just brace for yourself. I think if you have to choose 2 to run out with, I think Pike and Archers are probably going to be the 2 biggest ones right now. Because most people either don't have a good Hannibal, which means their calves are chalked. Richard, I think will have a couple wheels, so you should be decent. And then the Mulans are definitely going to be hitting hard. So if you have to choose, that's where I would suggest. And if you have Hannibal decent, then most people have Cleo, and that's also leading into finding those optimal heroes that are what we're saying is S+ tier, because they do more than one thing great, right? Cleo could be one of the greatest heroes in this game, and it's not because they're the best primary. It's the best because it's one of the top gathering marches, stat wise. but it also can be used in the Hannibal March, which is an end game fighting march. So you get dual purpose from it, which is huge W's, right? That makes me want to max her to 120, right? All the other provisioners, I don't necessarily need to hit them at 120, right? That's a get it to the best you can get it, but focus on doing your fighting marches depending on how it's going to go for your kingdom as well. So we see Sethi, let me see, you're in Nephisto's team now. Is Uncle too? No, Uncle's still in S20. But yes, I am on there as well. For the Nephistos. But how you doing, buddy? Y'all having a good time? Are y'all learning? If y'all are, do me a huge favor and smash that like button. It helps us out with the algorithm. I most likely will hard chop this into some content next week. Just so y'all know. What do I mean by that? I don't want y'all to miss the context of the conversation. So what I may do is I may split it up into a bunch of micro videos for y'all. And if y'all want to watch it, then I would love for y'all to watch it. But like when he was talking about gems and when he was talking about gear upgrading, when he was talking about those things, I may chop those up into consumable bites for y'all. And then that way y'all have some organic content for us that I can then add to the website and on our YouTube. So if y'all missed it, then I will bring that back to y'all and I'll just chop up this stream into the content bites because Uncle's always been a great supporter of the channel. So that way y'all can kind of learn from it if y'all need to reference it again. Have you seen that since, have you seen that? Oh, the Shinshi video? Are you talking about the, which one? All I know is I find it very interesting that the only comparison that he keeps making is to Rise of Kingdoms and not the game that he's actually making content for. Does nobody else find that interesting? He's referencing a game that he hasn't played in what, 2 years? Talking about updates that he doesn't know about. That it's wild. It's wild times.
I mean, I wouldn't really necessarily call it interesting. I would just call it standing on the shoulders of. You know what I mean? Like it's just very. I don't know. Just go sell a Ridge wallet, bro. You know what I mean? Like, fuck.
But that 10% Ridge wallet, bro. Come on.
Yeah, here's the thing too. Like, I used to watch Shinshi a lot. You know, he was one of the OGs with us. You know, he used to have.
Dude, I fought KVK1 with Shinshi against Shinshi, but that was like 5-6 years ago, fam. So. Did I read the comments? I saw some comments and I agreed with a lot of them. I didn't watch the newest video. I think I saw like 30 seconds where he was like, the UI, bro. If we played a drinking game of how many times he said the UI, we'd all be chocolate wasted.
I mean, look at the UI right now. I'm on the world map. Everyone look at the UI. There's not, I mean, what? No, there's nothing on it. Like, what the fuck is he talking about?
Yeah. Now, what I would say is
maybe this up here, maybe this up here, maybe
could they clean it up? Yes, right. But those are the kinds of deals where that isn't game breaking to me, fam. Like he keeps with the thing that he kept referencing at the beginning when I was actually, I just checked it out real quick. He kept comparing the PC standalone version to BlueStacks. The thing that people need to understand is those aren't the same, right? When Rock was on BlueStacks, it looked like absolute hot dog water.
Oh, it was terrible.
It was terrible.
Fucking terrible.
So I don't like when people are they're not comparing apples to apples. They're comparing apples to peaches, right? Is it a fruit? Sure, right? But is it the same thing? No, it is not, right? The compare Rock back in the day on BlueStacks compared to this, and they function just as trash, right? The PC,
but I mean, this is good. I mean, dude, I was fighting in this on BlueStacks the other night. It was fine.
I think they need to add. They need to definitely add some mechanics to it, though. I don't like that. Like when you have to control all the marches.
Yeah, it's a pain.
It's a pain. It's a pain. Or when you need to single them out, or when you need like those are things that need to get adjusted to the UI that I would agree with, right? Like, are the icons a little too big? Yes, right. Could they do and like these flags on the right, on the bottom right, with the guy, the hero, and the flags? Could those just be little circle icons in tucked away in the right corner? Yes, those are things that could get cleaned up. Those are also things that are not going to break the game either. So Is it cosmetic that can get adjusted in the future? Yes. Right. My main concern right now, while I understand the UI situation, if you're not going to play a game based on UI, then brother, like, I don't know what you're talking about, right? Everybody changes their UI. Even large companies like Call of Duty will update their UI. Their shop looks different for this reason, right? They did this analysis, and so they're switching it to look more like Netflix, or they're switching it to look more like Amazon, or you're always constantly updating UI. If the UI never changes, then you're not growing, right? As a company. So do I expect this UI to be there forever? No. I think they'll clean it up. I think at some point they'll make it so that it takes less of the screen, because it sometimes is a little confusing. And pinche blue stacks, bro. Yeah, that's one of those things, fam. Like, if you're worried about UI, then we can make note of it. We can pass it off to community managers and see if we just drop it on their radar. But yeah, it's one of those things, chat, that every time I hear you watch his videos, it makes me want to make videos pointing out all the terrible comparisons. And I don't even play these games. The UI. Oh my God, it's so cringy. And then he pulls up his game and it has 500 icons. I'm like, oh. I made another meme today, and I'll probably have to make another one. It's too easy. It's too easy at this point to make memes about it, because it's just the UI king playing the worst UI that I've seen on the worst UI. Is just wild. I can guarantee you he'll make another video, and then there'll be 3 things that he will reference in that same video that he's referencing all the other ones. Bad UI, right? I still can't find the rankings. Bro, it's not that fucking hard. Just get to what? Town Hall 7, and then it pops up. It's not that fucking hard. And then boop, you hit a little arrow, rankings, bang. Science, clunky, yes. He says the word clunky and UI like nonstop. And it's just, it's aggravating, because he keeps saying UI is clunky, but the UI on the game that he is playing is extremely clunky. It is consumed. It literally looks, Mrs. Bobo will know what I'm talking about. It literally looks like Ricky Bobby from Talladega Nights when he sold the windshield for, was it Nougat? Or I forgot which one it was, but he sold the windshield and had a fucking brand on that thing, and he goes, wow, oh, it's Fig Newton. And he was like, wow, this is really inconvenient, but I do love me a Fig Newton. That's literally like, it just doesn't make sense to me. So it's like, you can tell that he's just kind of feeding on it, and that's fine. But you can also tell, like when he was talking about, well, you know, about the whole sponsorship and how they can't talk bad about games and all this kind of stuff, chat. Guys, I haven't seen a single comparison where he compares it to the shitty UI game that he plays. Because I promise you, the second he does a apples to apples with that, fam, it's going to be an absolute trash can. Because you can't tell me that the UI is cleaner when you have 10 times the icons on your screen. Just no shot.
Can I change the subject on you really quick?
Yeah, go for it.
What the hell am I looking at here on the screen? Do you see this? What is a signet ring?
Those are the rings. We actually haven't unlocked those. Those are when you go to your heroes. You see that open spot in between the middle of your gear? That middle spot that's highlighting
right
gold.
here.
Yep.
Right
So
there.
if you click on it, once we reach milestone 15, then it'll open up the signet ring. So rings add an additional complexity. So
yeah, okay.
With Cigarum's breakdown, he talked about like the specific ring you may want to use with your character too. So that we haven't even got. That's like a end game. I think 15 is probably towards Kingsland, and then we're gonna start unlocking all that shit. I love the part where he says you really can't compare these two games, and then proceeds to compare for 15 minutes. Exactly. Shit. I thought it was the only one. Nobody fucking says that in the comments. I think they started saying it in this video, because when I flamed him, that was the fucking thing I noted in my video. Was the first thing he says was, we really can't compare these two, and then goes on like a 40-minute video about comparisons. I'm just like, brother, what are we talking about? Grab this Ridge wallet, 10% off in the store. It's like, oh.
So my whole thing about doing like reviews on this game is the thing that made Rock, and what's going to make this game durable and long lasting is the fighting, right? Yeah. It's going to be large scale, whether it's for this kingdom or KVKs or whatever mode they came out with. That's what made Rock, right? That's what made it epic and long lasting. So like, you can't review the fucking game yet, guys, right? Like, we can learn it and we can grow a community, and like we did with Rock, and do everything, but like, until we see how it handles 1,000 players or 500 players going at it in a big ball, we don't know. Because like, that's one of the reasons why Rock is terrible. They still haven't figured out how to handle the servers with the lag.
Well, you know, they did figure it out. They made the what's that stupid ass system where it's like a one alliance bullshit.
Oh yeah.
Now
I saw that.
Instead of figuring it out, they went and absolutely neutered all the dogs and cats, and just said, you know what? We can't figure this out. We're just gonna nuke all Imperium kingdoms and make it so that KVK registration is one alliance. It's like, bro, that's not.
Well, the other thing is like, when you and I first started playing Rock, it was more than just a server issue. You gotta think 5 years. Think about how much smartphones have changed in 5 years, right? So when you and I first started playing Rock, I mean, I'm not an Apple guy. I'm a Samsung guy, but like, you remember like what happened to your phone when you'd be in big fights?
If it wasn't burning in your pocket when you were sitting on the toilet, bro, it's not doing it. But what's happened is that as phones got better, and then they came out with the app for the PC, which was a good thing. I think that was a good thing. It never got better. Right? So like, you have more RAM, you have more graphics card, better graphics cards, you have all this stuff. You have these little computers in your pocket, and it's still the same thing. Terrible lag. It's just like, it's just not fun to do. You want to know the worst? So the worst part, and this is the part that nobody really talked about. The reason that BlueStacks was dog shit, right? And I'm gonna say that because, unlike Shinshi, right, where he absolutely trashes the game and then proceeds to tell you, hey, but if you want to play it, go use my code to download on BlueStacks, so that he can make some money off of you. That's the part he didn't tell you, right? Just so y'all understand how the whole BlueStacks situation works. You use your creator code and they earn money off of you. So the fact that he didn't even tell you that, and then proceeded to flame people for making money off of doing promotions, is wild to me. Because that's literally how you do it. They're like, if you, however many people you get in, if you get 10 people, this is what you get. If you get 20, you get this. If you get 30, you get this. If you get 40, you get so on and so forth. Right? So if you're using their code, that's what's happening. So just let it be known, right? I'm just pulling behind the curtain so y'all can see it. The thing that most people don't understand about the game and where it's played on is one of two things. An emulator is going to use different assets than most other things. Okay, what do I mean by that? BlueStacks is synonymous for using CPU, high CPU usage. So if you have an amazing, and this is what a lot of people use on PCs, right? They build their PC out, everyone gets this 4090 graphics card, and then their CPU is the Intel 5 87, whatever it is, right? Their CPU, most people say, oh, I'm not worried about it, right? I'm just gonna get CPU, just enough to do my stuff, but then I have this beefy ass graphics card. BlueStacks does not give a shit about what graphics card you use. It doesn't use your graphics card. It doesn't have anything to do with it. It will pull from your CPU. So if you have a trash CPU, you're going to have a trash user experience. Okay. So first and foremost, let that understand. That is the reason why with the Rock emulator, I kept saying, and I call it an emulator because it is legitimately just an emulator. That is the reason why I didn't. And okay, let me preface this. Why do I say the Rock PC standalone is an emulator? Okay. One, because it's 2024 and for some fucking strange reason, we can't get higher than 1080p on a PC game. Okay. Not a mobile game. A PC game, we can't get higher than 1080. I think they did elevated one up, but explain to me how when they launched the beta of the PC variation, we had up to like 40, 80K. Like we had up to 4K, 8K variations. I remember Fleisch had like a full mega, like stretched out variation of it on a super ultra wide. Like that is a PC game to me. 1080p is not, right? I could play BlueStacks and get the same shit. So that is why when I say the standalone, that is something people got to understand is when I see, when you tell me it's a PC game, I'm under the assumption that it's going to anti-aliasing, all the things that you would have in a PC game to control, right? Your Call of Duty, you know, high, low, like the settings, different profiles, you know, whether it's 1080p, 2K, 4K, you know, what hertz rates do you want, right? Those are the kinds of variables that allow you to really tap into the power of your computer, which is what makes the whole, you know, part of the lag for the device part, it just removes it. Outside of that, then it becomes a server issue, which is their fault, that you can't do anything about that. But that is why I premise a lot of what I say is understanding where it's pulling from, because a lot of creators don't really go in depth on that. And so understanding the difference of why, and people understanding why this iPad outperforms PCs is a great thing to understand, right? It's because this has a better CPU than most people have on PCs. And so that's the thing that you have to understand is in when you're doing all that, when people are complaining about lag and my device sucks and whatever it is, because it's pulling from your CPU for the most part, right? I think Rock eventually added in the GPU feature of it, but I'm not 100%. I haven't played it in over a year. So that's just the understanding of why. If BlueStacks is giving you issues, that's probably why, right? You can go in your settings and look, and it, for the most part, if you do like a task manager and check it all out, the majority of the time it's pulling from your CPU. So if you have a trash CPU, it's going to get trashed, right? So just understand that. It's just going to crash your PC. No, it'll crash the game. Your BlueStacks will crash nonstop. It won't crash your system, but it'll crash your game. What iPad is that? This one's the original M1 one. I have the original when they first came out with the M1 chip ones. That's the one I got, the Pro version of it. So anything after that is going to do amazing. Anything, even the ones before this that I tried, still did really well. But the M1 chips in particular did really, really well. So I haven't had lag with my stuff on my iPad. I know that I've seen crashing from BlueStacks, but that's synonymous. That's going to happen. It's going to happen. It crashed my laptop and I just installed. Say, it's going to happen. And that's part of BlueStacks too. You need to look in your BlueStacks settings, because there were settings where it would do something a little less and it would be a less load on your CPU. But like for a streamer, I'll tell you that's the problem, because OBS uses CPU, right? If my game uses CPU, if all these other programs use CPU, then I'm at 100% CPU and then I start losing frames all over the place. So that's why as a creator, it's important to understand that. As a player, it's still good too, but most of y'all aren't going to be running Discord and running, you know, streams and OBS and all at the same time, where it's going to really max out your stuff unless you have a really low CPU. But kind of went on a tangent on that one. But I do really hope I know that they noted about the PC variation. I really do hope that they consider it. I know that it's a lot of work, but I can see potential in it, right? You integrate with the Microsoft Store or however you do it. Because a couple of complaints that I keep seeing from other players would get resolved from it. And it's the what are those things? The things that you can buy at the store, the outside store, but you can only trade them in for equal bundle price. So there's people complaining that they have 99-cent leftover, from specific things. So instead of doing that, you just give Microsoft Store credits, and then boom, there you go. And then you just can reload your account with more credits if you need to. Uninstalled, yeah. BlueStacks, it's tough, dude. BlueStacks with the icons also is a little bit different. So like the cursors when you're dragging. I know I was watching 12H when he was doing the mini game, and that big icon for like where the cursor's moving was covering up the player the whole time, and I was just pissed off. I was aggravated. I was like, bro, the Midas ticket, yeah. But oh man, that's a lot of info to consume, chat. But hopefully y'all are picking it all up, and we'll cut some videos on it. That way y'all can come and reference it. And then we're gonna hopefully start working on the website and get some beta stuff launched out. So if you want to check it out, I usually will announce those on the Discord. Hey, Bonfire, welcome, buddy. I'll usually release those links on our Discord. That way y'all can go and check them out. Give me some feedback. Let me know what y'all think. Is it useful? Do you need more shit on it? That kind of stuff, because I really want it built for the community. And then I'll start adding commands into the Discord and on the channel and on all that stuff. That way, if somebody comes in here and they're new and they're like, who do I use for Mulan? Boom, there you go, bang. And y'all can start doing it too. So hopefully y'all enjoy that kind of stuff. I know Uncle, I've been having him on quite a bit. I don't give a shit. Hopefully y'all enjoy Uncle. If you don't, then I don't know what to tell you. At least we're not selling you Ridge wallets. That's all I can say. Not yet. But yeah, enjoy all those things, fam. If you're on YouTube and you're already liking, drop me a like. If you haven't subbed already, welcome to the Burrito Gang. Join us. We'd love to have you. If you're on our Twitch, I know that we're slow on Twitch right now because of the audience. We're still trying to grow it out there, and even the Aoem community, we're still trying to grow it out. So I appreciate all those of y'all that are following. We are 6 followers away. If you have a Twitch account, drop a follow on it. I greatly appreciate it. And YouTube fam, y'all know y'all been here since the beginning, so I appreciate y'all. But those likes help us with that YouTube algorithm. Uncle on the stream is epic. Yeah, I love Uncle. See, we can't always have a free-to-play POV. Dang, Seth. Oh! Why you gotta stab me like that, brother? What build? So, Bon, I'm gonna... Here, I'll show you real quick. Give me a second. Hold on. Let me hide my screen real quick. Let me make sure. Okay, so it's bringing up the website. Let me just double check. Okay. So this is on the iPad. So forgive the, sometimes the ratios are a little different on iPad. So I did this for another game called Rise of Kingdoms, for some of the commanders on that game. And so I'm considering doing this for Age of Empires Mobile for specific commanders. And so on here, then it would be, those are your 3. There's the name, the 3 that it expertise is in. I usually put like a sub menu. That way, if y'all need quick reference and you don't want to have to scroll through the whole page, you just click on, what is it, specialty, pairings. You want to just see the skills, and then it will take you down the skills. And then it snaps to the top. That way, you see right there, the menu is changing, specialty, so on and so forth. So I would add a section like this for the heroes. A brief overview, why you would want to use it. Here are the situations, like would you use it in, and just bulbaritos.com, Bon. Just bulbaritos.com, my name, and then .com. Baz, or I don't know if Baz is still here. No, Mrs. Bulba's still here. It's just ! Website if you want it. But yeah, if you certain situations you want in primary, secondary, tertiary, this is where I would answer those kinds of questions. The skill minimum, this is where I think I'm gonna add in the stars, right? What star you should hit. That's where I'm gonna gather all the data. Do you need a 1-star or 3-star or 5-star or whatever it is? And then that will help y'all out. What are the combinations? This is where I'd build those out for y'all. Here are the potential pairings. In the other game, it only had a secondary. So this one, I'll have to figure out how I want to do this. I may have just more of these than this because there's going to be 3 of them. So then I'll have them in order from primary, secondary, tertiary in the back. So that way it's better combos for y'all. And then the skills, I will probably add in an equipment section, which I think I actually have for another commander. Hold on, let me see. Gaming, rock. I thought I had it for, oh yeah, I think Tarika's gear. So I did have gear icons in some of them. Oh Lord. All right. I think this one had gear. Yeah, there you go. Equipment. So Jesus Christ Superstar. Okay, there you go. So equipment. So then I would have this. Can't log in to my Twitch. What are you doing, Seth? Come on, bro. Password forgotten. Just do that. Gaming is greater than Age of Empires Mobile. Say what? Oh, you talking about Bun? Yeah. So I would end up adding it there, Bun. But yeah, this is where we're talking about, like, we just literally talked about, like, these categories will get customized for Aoem, right? What gems you should use, what rings you should use, what equipment you should use. Those are the kinds of deals that we're going to ask here, right? And then there's a skills section, right? So which skill combos are you going to use and why, right? It will look a little different than this one. But there's equipment here with little pop-outs of what they are. I don't think there, do you know, Uncle, if there's multiple sets of gear right now or no? Is it just one set?
In Rock?
No. In,
No, I only see
one set, right? Okay. So then I would just put the one set in here, chat. And then I'll let you know, like, I may do it a little differently because in this game, they had multiple sets of gear, right? So what I may do is just have like the gear, like these, right? The gear little icons over here. And then I'll put like level 1. This is what you get, 2, 3, 4, 5, like when you're leveling up your gear. So that it's a better explanation. But that way it just gives a whole breakdown of what y'all can expect, right? I just need to get the assets from devs, and once I can do that, then I'll start building it out. When does Boudica drop? In our server, it's back to Hannibal. So, Craven, from what I was told, Boudica kicks off in season 2. So I believe season 1 is about to start. Is it next week? I don't remember. But from what I understand, I believe season 2 kicks off next month. So what I think is going to happen is you're going to get a full rotation of the wheels that we just had, and then the kickoff for season 2 will be Boudica. So what does that mean? That means that you got a Hannibal wheel right now. You'll probably get a Richard or a Sun Tzu, and then you'll end off with the Richard or Sun Tzu or whatever I forgot what the third split was. Was it Sun Tzu? I don't remember who the wheel was. There's been so many wheels already. I'll have to make a page for that too, because I get that question asked all the time too. Can't wait to log in. So yeah, that's ultimately, I need to fix little buttons and stuff on this thing too, but that's ultimately what it is. We have everything in here. You'll see in the VOD section, I have that ARC mode that I was talking about, and eventually I will add a section specifically for the Aoem VODs once we start making them. But we did everything content-wise for that, and we built it out. I think we had like, when I still do it right now when it pops up, but I think we ended off, we're at like 750 casts the last time I checked over the course of the channel. So it's one of those things, like, I think if I would now, knowing what I know, I think I did it the wrong way around. But it's okay. What I ideally should have done, and this is what I'm going to start doing for the Call of Duty stuff, is I have one big ass live stream, right, that we all participate in, and then I go and cut all the videos of the matches, and then I upload those to YouTube as videos, and then the whole channel is going to be flooded with videos. That was the mistake I didn't make, or that I did make, was not doing that, because then my channel would have had a lot more video content that would have organically grown over the years. So it is what it is, fam. I'm not super worried about it. But yeah, that's the website. If y'all want to check it out, like I said, check it out. I'm not trying to sell y'all anything. It's just showing y'all what's what on here, and what we're gonna try to bring y'all content wise, that's outside of just a regular video. There isn't gonna be, let me see. Okay, Twitch isn't sending a code to my number and email. Oh Lord, Seth. GG's. But yeah, so the map, just touching back on this, that's what we're looking like right now. The side pass is open in 8 days. Kingsland opens in 14. We talked about some issues. We talked about the UI. I think the ally system is hot dog water. I think that needs a rework. I think mechanics for troop could be optimized and made better, but that takes time, right? And I just think overall, I think the biggest L so far is taking deads in the open field. I wouldn't care if I got hit by a T7 march if I wasn't taking deads in the open field. If that meant I needed to heal my hospital, I wouldn't care, right? But knowingly or not knowingly hitting the T7 march and then taking a shit ton of deads just for a mistake, I think is dumb when your hospital is empty. So I think there's certain mechanics that they should fix, and as they fix them, then it'll help with the game. And we'll probably make videos on that, because that's one of those, like, until people kind of understand, like, oh bro, I hit this march and lost 5,000 troops. It's like, bro, that's just from being on the field is wild.
And it won't be that hard of a fix if they fix it.
Yeah, I think it's just a mechanic that just needs to, but like we're saying, there's optimizations. Is it perfect? No, I'm not. You will never catch me saying anything's perfect. I'm not critical. I'm constructive with what I'm saying, right? I give examples on how we can fix it, but I note that there needs to be fixes, right? Not just for me, but for the state of the game, right? Because we want to grow it. We need a strong foundation, and then once we do it, we can grow, right? There's paid mechanics that people are spending money on, and they're kind of like, hey, we need to fix this. You know what I mean? Because we want to spend money, but we need to fix that. So little stuff like that, fighting mechanic wise, I think pass opening needs to get corrected as well. And then just overall, I think the stamina system is kind of chalked unless you're spending coins on it, which, to be honest, if you're a whale, then cool. But if you're not a whale, bro, that's chalked. Because so many of the events require stamina, right?
And there's a lot of events.
Yeah, and there's a lot of events. Mightiest Governor, right? The Halloween event we just did, right? If we would have had more stamina, right? We could have grinded for more chocolate, which then we could have possibly reached for a city skin, right? And I'm not saying that they need to completely revert it, and I do understand that the tribes bring a lot of value, but you need to give free to play something that they want to grind outside of mini events, right? Because from what I saw, that one mini event that we absolutely love goes away. When does it go away? It goes away ranking. No, I keep going to the wrong one. Expedition. It goes away 11/13, which is next
Tuesday, Wednesday.
Next Wednesday. This Battlefield Survivor, the event ends. I do not know if they're going to bring it back for season 2. It does say at the end that more levels are coming soon, so there is hope for it. I kind of don't like that they are going to end it. I kind of wish if they wanted to end it and pull it down, at least give us an endless mode that we can just go and play and rank up. right? Kill 100,000, whatever. Like, give us something to grind. Like, people want to be on your game, and so you don't want to remove. Take it from other games that completely fumble that football. When you remove a mode that people really enjoy, it pisses them off, right? Wink, wink. Rise of Kingdom ship mode literally was one of the most fun modes in that game. Came out for a month and then they shelved it for over a year and then reintroduced it and didn't even make any updates. Didn't make any fucking sense. So it's just stuff like that you want to make sure that you have multiple things, right? You want to keep the whales happy, right? Because one, free to play aren't going to keep the lights on. I love y'all free to play, but you just don't keep the lights on, right? Two, free to play, you need to give them an incentive to grind, right? They have other things like mini games and stuff like that to grind, but grind on the map, right? Whether it's grinding for a Halloween event or the upcoming Christmas event or whatever it is, it gives them an incentive to grind the game, right? Go and hunt tribes all day long, right? If their heart desires. Does that mean that maybe they remove alliance credits from the tribes and then add in some research to lower flag costs? Like, those are give and takes that probably need to be discussed and happen, right? Because the lack of stamina for tribes nukes a lot of free to play activity, right? Unless you're doing just the mini games, which a lot of people, if you're just grinding mini games, you're going to finish them very quickly. And then just getting city skins, right? Or doing event skins or event frames or anything like that. And just having the opportunity, if you want to grind for 5 days to get the city skin, guess what? You really worked for it. You worked your ass off if you're doing that kind of stuff. But those are just little things that I think need to get worked on. I think the state of the game is great. I think the value that it brings to free to play, I think is fantastic. I think the value that it brings to spenders is phenomenal. I think the ability for spenders to spend and not feel obligated or forced to spend, I think is huge. I've never felt in my life that I bought a bundle and I was just like, shit, I got to buy the next 5 or else I'm chalked, right? This one, if I want to buy the $4.99 and call it a day, boom, I call it $4.99 and call it a day, right? Or if
you get a lot in those bundles too, by the way.
Yeah, the best,
comparatively speaking.
And this is the one thing I got asked this question: what is the best thing to spend money on in this game? And I don't think anybody can fight this. And if they can, then I would venture to say it's going to be a hard fought battle. I need to see where it's at again. This is where the UI needs to get cleaned up. The growth fund, 1,000,000% is the best thing that you can buy in this game. Why? And I'll probably have to make a video on this because I need to do all the calculations and stuff. But the sheer amount for $9.99, right? $10, you are going to get, it has to be close to, let me see. That's 1K. What, bro, you start scrolling and scrolling. Look, 1.5, 1.5, 1.5, 1.5, 2, 2.8, 2.8, 2, 3.8, 3.8, 5,000, 5,000, 6.5, 8.6. And then I want you to look at how much I would say you're probably close to like 100,000 Empire coins. If I was doing the math in my head and just throwing a number out there, it's probably between 80 to 100K and Empire coins. All right.
82,000.
82,000 Empire coins. Okay. For 50,000 Empire coins, it is $100. Okay. Then to add in the extra 30, you add in. So it's roughly about $150 of Empire coins that you are getting for $10. Oh, it said it there, Seth? Well, there you go.
It's right there on the left. You'll see it when you go back.
Okay. So that is if you're looking to spend, the reason now you're not getting all 82 right off the rip, but as you begin leveling up, I think I had like 36 when I was hitting level 14 or 15. So those early wheels, you're gonna have a lot of coins to spend. I just did it later in the game and I didn't realize I was gonna get it. But for $9.99 for 82,000 Empire coins is insane. I guess technically you could just do the 100. Actually, it would just be 100 because if you bought it the first time, it would give you the extra 50. So you'd have 100,000. So there you go. It's $100 instead of paying 100. It's 10 times the value. 10 times the value. So for $10, you're getting 82,000. And if you spend $100 for the first time, then you're getting 100,000. So you get a little bit more, but you're spending way more. So I would say if anybody asks you, that's the one thing that you get. I get speed ups are important and all these things, but at level 15, if you're spinning wheels with 36,000 coins, you can unlock some early game commanders, and we all know how important heroes are in this game. So that's where I would say. Let me see.
I mean, if you would have spent, I think another good one on top of that is buying that bundle for Leo and Mulan.
Oh yeah, those are huge. Yeah,
Right, because you want, like, Leo is a beast. You get Mulan. The only way you get it is through those bundles. You can't spin, right? But if you get that paired with doing the Richard wheel from the coins that you get from that other bundle, like, you're set up with basically 2 marches.
Yeah,
Like,
off
really
the
good
rip.
marches.
Off the rip too. Yeah.
Right? And then if you just grind tribes and you do all the things, you're gonna get the equipment. You're gonna get and you're gonna be set up pretty good. Even if you're only T4, you're gonna be set up pretty good for some fighting, right?
Yeah. And I can't say enough about island tactics. If you're not doing island
Oh, yeah.
tactics, fam, you are way behind. You are way behind because the value in here, bro. Look at all the purple equipment blueprints. That's 2, that's 4, that's 6, that's 8, that's 10. 10 epic blueprints right there. That's a week, right? Then you get your XP books. Look at that. 10, that's 100. What, 100K right there. There's 20. That's 20K right there. Then you get your 100, your 100 or your 50,000 right here. You can get 10 of that. That's 500,000 right there. What I would say is do not spend on the iron meteorites unless you have a huge amount of excess, right? The number one things that you need to be going for, you need to be going for these. Let me click. Okay, well, yeah, I'm clicking on the green little, I don't even know what they're called. The little green crystal, the ones you use to upgrade your skills. Get all of those. Get all of your epic equipment blueprints. Get all of your XP, right? And then if you're looking for stuff to do, these things are mega, the mega value right there, because like Uncle was just showing you, you're gonna need all these. You're gonna need all these to start upgrading stuff. So just start getting them, right? Even if you don't have the stuff, you're still gonna need them. And then after that, get the targeted forging. Get those. And that's probably where I would max out because there's gonna be so many of them. Do not waste your time on blue blueprints. I'm telling you right now, do not. You're gonna get purple so fast that, yes, I was missing boots for one March, but I'm popping multiple purples right now, and I most likely will get a boot at some point. If I don't soon enough, then I'll just pop a blue. That way I just have it there. But they're easy enough to come and get. So the last thing you want to do is be wasting it on this and then wasting it on the blue blueprints when you could have been getting purple. So that's just something like food for thought. That is a ton of value. On there is a legendary one as well, which is right here, the scroll. Dang it, I can't click on them when I got them. The scrolls that you're gonna need as well. The legendary, I'm 20 levels away from that one. That's the legendary one that Uncle was talking about as well. You can get 10 of those, fam, a week, right? And so that's why I'm saying, like, focus on island tactics. Get it as high as you can. If you stumble on it, then all you need to do is start working on those 3 marches that you're really trying to hammer out. And then once you get there, it's pretty set in stone. You will get to a point where you need to counter the stuff. So if they have pikemen there, then you need to, you know what I mean? You need to have sword. And if they have archers, then you need to have a cav counter. Like, you're going to have to do that at some point. But it's not super hard to get through a lot of the levels. And I think there was, what, 700? Was there 700 or 1,000 levels? I don't even remember.
Like 800, I thought.
800 or somewhere around there. So once you start getting up there, it's like free junk all week that you're just getting just for completing that. Let me see.
So really good way to put what you're saying is if someone spent between, let's say, $20 and $100, that's it, right? Most people are like, I can't do that. Like, guys, you go to the bar, and you get one cocktail, right? Or you get a beer or something, right? You're paying $5, right? So if you did that and you're completely free to play or low spender, you can set yourself up for probably the next 3 to 6 months in this game.
Yeah, it's wild,
right? Like because this game's all about commanders right now, right? And you know where to get the purple stuff at. You know how to upgrade it. Now we showed you, like you can get 1 to 2 really good marches, spending less than $100 in this game. That would never have happened in ROK, ever.
Well, you're already going to be, you could push for T6 and T7's the highest, and the game's been out for what, 2 weeks?
Correct. So it just a lot of people get really bogged down in the min-maxing of stuff, right? And it's like, guys, like $20 and you could be there. You could be right there and you could be right in the middle of it. Now your power is not going to be super high or nothing like that, but if you use these different things and stay active, you're going to grow your account pretty quickly, and you're going to be able to hang in there with the big guys, right? And that's the name of the game. Like later on, when we start doing KVKs, which is going to happen, or you start doing their version of Arco Osiris, it's not the whales, it's the mid-tier players that win those events, right? The mid and lower tier players, the active players that are filling flags and getting in the, like, that's the most important part of these kind of games, is the big active players.
Agree. See the event where you're losing troops, haven't even noticed. Seth, I told you on the last stream, Seth. That was one thing that we dropped in the suggestions thing for them to fix that event, because it didn't make sense that people were killing their troops for hunting for a stupid event. I was just like, bro,
yeah, and the rewards were terrible.
And the rewards were terrible. Yeah, and I was just like, bro, I lost like it wasn't, don't get me wrong, it was 1,000 troops when I noticed it. But that's 1,000 troops I lost for rewards that I could have just gone into the Island Tactics shop and got for free. You know what I mean? Like, it wasn't anything crazy. But how's your server? A lot of Civil Wars? No Civil Wars. We had a little bit with 800, and it looks like they're starting to power back up. So we'll have to see what's going to happen with them. But yeah, it was just mainly us with 800 trying to push them, and then S20 was helping as well.
The other thing that's kind of caught my attention that might be a problem is with Kingsland coming up, how long it takes to build flags. It's going to make the fights kind of way different than what we're used to. You remember back when they first came out with, what was it, light versus dark KVK? And it was all about flags. Like, how fast can you get your flag down? Where do you get it put down? How fast can you get cities in? This is like, it's like watching a snail. Like, you take the pass, it's like 3 hours later, the next flag.
Yeah, your first flag is done in 2 hours. It's like, fuck. Like,
it's gonna it'll be 3 days before you get any kind of fights, right?
But here's the reality, chat, right? Do you really need flags if you take deads on the open field? You know what I mean? The Kingsland's gonna open. We're just gonna bum rush somebody else and just kill all their troops on the field, and everybody, guess what? Nobody's gonna have troops to build flags. It won't matter. It won't matter. That's the reality of what I think is going to happen in Kingsland. You're just going to get a bum rush through the pass. And once they bum rush, who gives a shit about flags? They're just going to go run to one area. We're all going to friendly fire each other, and we're all going to take massive deads. And then
you can also target TP in this game too, right? So as soon as you take that pass, someone like me or Nefisto or something, we could just jump right there next to their pass, pull out 4 or 5 marches, and just go to fucking town.
Yeah, it's gonna be. It's gonna be. It's gonna be interesting.
It's gonna be fun on our side. I can tell you that much.
It's gonna be interesting because everybody's allies with everybody and whatever, kumbaya. But the ally system is hot water, like hot dog water in here. You can kill your ally march.
Yeah, it's gonna be.
It changes the color, right? Which is woo. But if you're in a murder ball and you accidentally target them, guess what? Either you're dying or they're dying. I made the mistake, and we were in S20, and I forgot who it was, but they were in 157, and they were just kind of tussling there. And I was like, how the shit are my marches dying? I was hitting a T7 player by accident who was our ally, and then took like 500 deads for no. I was just like, bro, this is so dumb. I was so triggered. So that they need to fix that for sure too. See how is your hold on. Agree, free to plays are the content for the whales, so better keep those free to play having a sense of enjoyment or accomplishment in the game. I don't think so. I
don't agree with that.
I would say the reason I would say is free to play out of most other games, and I've played most of the other games at most outside of Lords Mobile, which I haven't touched. I've touched almost every other game that people are coming from. And this is the most free to play friendly game that I've seen out of all of them. And that's not me just saying jabs. The value that you get from just grinding the game is huge here, right? The things that are missing are the things that I was talking about earlier. So is it completely like a free to play can grind and get T7 and 2? No, you're not there, right? Are you going to win MGE? No. You're not, because it takes tribes. It takes a lot of shit that you have to buy in order to keep up, right? You can't just grind for stamina or /AP bottles if that's what you're used to. And those are the things that I was telling y'all you need to fix. I think once they fix those things, I think the free to play culture is going to go because it gives people an incentive to grind and to do all these events and to do those kinds of things. So I would say the flip side of that though is that, and I've kind of noticed this, is because it's so free to play friendly, it's also pay to win friendly too. Meaning you get really good value for your dollar here, right? So a good example would be, you're talking about good packs, right? There's some packs in there where you get multiple speed ups and resources, and you get, for 99 cents, you get a lot. Yeah.
Right? That's the flip side of it. The flip side of it is people who are willing to swipe get a lot more, so they grow much faster in comparison to the free to plays. So it's kind of, it's relative, right? A little bit.
Well, think about it. The first, you can unlock either Leo or Mulan. Unlock, not just like, oh, I can just get a pack. Literally unlock for what was it, 199 or 99?
It was cheap, dude. It was cheap
to unlock a hero that you were going to use in the end game. Just let that sink in. I think it was 99 cents if I remember correctly, or 199.
And they scaled up. Yeah, and it's scaled up too. Like they have more and more and more and more, and that's how I was able to get both of them. But like you can literally get both of them to a decent star level and really get working on good commanders for really low amount of investment, like really low.
So Brandon, to answer your question, this kind of touches with Uncle. How long do you think it will take to get T6 or T7 without spending much? So it will take far less than it will take in any other game that you've played. Yeah. I can tell you that. If you are playing the game and playing the mini events and doing all the stuff, it won't actually be that bad. Are you going to get it done in a week or two? Hell no. Will you get it done in the first couple of months? Probably. I could easily see myself, getting T5 if I actually was pushing for it, probably in the next like week and a half, maybe 2 weeks. If I was pushing it, depends on if I'm pushing hard, like I'm using all my speed ups and I'm doing all the events and doing all that, then probably like a week to get me to my first T5.
I would say that you need to focus on getting the T5, because getting T5 it's a really big jump time frame wise, meaning the amount it takes. Like if you go up in tech, if you're not up there yet, you don't see it, but I noticed about a 50% jump in time in everything you have to do, right? And I haven't really messed with T6 yet. I've done it. I'm doing it slowly.
Yeah.
But I would imagine I think for like pikemen for T5 was like 13 days. Just the actual that actual technology. So if you do all the ones before it, you're probably talking months if you're not using speed ups, right? Or you'll get helps and stuff from the alliance, but so T5 is good. You're good at T5 right now.
So the other thing I would say, Brandon, and it kind of, that's why I was saying taps back into what we were talking about. The other side of the coin, and you kind of need both sides, right? You need both sides, because if you only have T6, right, but your heroes are dog shit, it doesn't matter whether you have T6, right? So you need, I would rather have, and this is me saying it, I would rather have amazing heroes with T5 than trash with T6, because the reality is the heroes are going to make a tremendous amount of difference on how well you do in field, in rallies, and everything, more than the tier of troop. Ideally, yes, you want both, right? But this is a hero-centric game. You need good hero combinations. So if you have T6, but your Minamoto is level 34, your whatever are all under 56, you're going to get absolutely wrecked. So you really do need to like try to keep it close, right? I would say don't kill yourself to get to T6, because if your heroes are trash, it doesn't make a difference, and your troops are going to take 10 years to train. And then you're going to lose them even faster, which makes it even worse. So that's why I would say like heroes are very important. The bundles, we talked about the best value. Unlocking Mulan for 99 cents or 199, whatever it was, I think I streamed it, is absolutely nutty, because she's one of the end game heroes that you would use. Even getting Leo, even though he becomes a secondary, you can be really strong as a primary off the rip, right? Before you get Richard. So I think there's a lot of value between doing stuff like that. The value of unlocking commanders, free to play. I think there's mechanics that we can talk about adding with the devs to increase gaming wise, but the incentivizing for bundles is huge here. Like you can't, bro, if I looked at a 99-cent bundle on Rock, I'd probably cry. It's probably like 2 silver keys and 20k res, and it's just like, what? Like,
I mean, if you're looking at the Mightiest Governor that's going on right now, like all the way down to like 50th place in the Mightiest Governor, you get 15 Justinian heads. I mean, all the way down to level. Let me look here. Level 70.
I think it's 70 and 80. You still get like 5.
All the way up to 70, you get 10, and then
10.
71 to 80. So if you can finish inside the top 100 inside of a Mightiest Governor. Now, granted, it's at this early stage, it's hard.
Yeah.
But this game, it just gives you more of a shot, right? And in Rock, or many other city building games, this is just not the case.
So Brandon, that's exactly what we talked about. Go ahead and finish, Uncle. My bad.
No, I was just saying, but what we don't want is the apathy that we dealt with in Rock, meaning it was justified and unjustified. They're like this culture of like this game, you can't make excuses like you could in Rock, right? Like you have the ability to compete in this game, but you just have to put the work in and do it. And they give you enough events. Like I'm watching people right now in my alliance do a ton of events right now, and we are all helping each other do that escort mission. Every day there's a new thing. Every single day there's something to do, and it's like crazy. The amount of content for this young of a game is absolutely insane. Like there's just so much. This is never a thing in another game ever.
Facts, brother, man. Facts. All spitting facts here. See, how's it going? Mutant, how's it going, buddy? Good to see you, my friend. Hold on. Did Uncle buy all in the Midas shop? I don't know, but
The what? In the what?
the Midas shop is what they said. MIDAS. I don't know. I don't think so. I know he spent, but I don't think so. Yeah, Rise of Kingdoms T5 is a bit. Yep. Offers make me keep spending daily. Brandon, it's almost like they know what they're doing monetization wise, right? It's the same thing I kept telling Rock for the last 5 years. Just you gotta bring value. If Rock had offered 99 cent, 199, 299, 499, That was the number one drop that they had, was they couldn't convert. They couldn't sell a free-to-play. The idea of giving up their $5 cheeseburger for a $5 bundle. But it's a lot easier to give somebody, to tell them, hey, give me $1 and I will give you great value. And then that $1, guess what, turns to the $2 bundle and then the $3 bundle. And by the time you know it, people don't have an issue paying $20. That's just the way, that's the mindset. That's the way marketing works.
Can you imagine if they bring this game to console? No, I don't think they will, but could you imagine?
I could see it. The issue that they'll run into is I don't know how you control everything.
That's what I was thinking. Like, how do you control your troops?
So what I could see is, I could see it coming, but they would need to innovate stuff to be able to use controller, which I don't think is a problem, because, you know, maybe there's like select all becomes click left bumper, right bumper at the same time, and it selects all, and then you use the wheel to control. And you know, I can see a world where that becomes a thing. I joked around so often, but I told back in like a year ago, I told Rock that they should do a VR variation of Rock. So it's just something where like you have your thing on your face, you're using your sticks and you're controlling your marches with your hands. Just something, is a simplistic way of thinking about it, but it adds a more engaging dynamic to a game that people loved, right? I can imagine seeing skills flying through my, like as I'm fighting people, I can see the skills flying through, or I can see like spinning the wheel, using your actual hand to spin the wheel, or just little things like that. I think will add a tremendous amount of value. But I think if they add it to the Xbox store, it's GG's, it's game over. It opens it up to a wide audience. It also most likely would integrate with the Microsoft store, so then you would end up loading stuff instead of buying vouchers. And so I think there's a lot of ways that this can go. But yeah, bringing it to Xbox I think would be huge. There'd be a big tapped audience right there. Let's see, Rock was way too pay to win. It's insane. That's why I love Age of Empires. It's manageable even for free to play. Yeah. And I think you'll hear, Brandon, that there's a lot of people that are like, oh, it's not free to play. It's like, guys, then you're playing wrong, or you're not playing in an alliance, or you're not like, I can tell you when I wasn't in alliance, I didn't have a good time. Right? Get in an alliance, make some friends, go do some events, and I promise you, you'll have a way better time. So, I'm easily cracking top 100 as a completely free to play player. See, that's crazy, Hamad. That's awesome though. Tribihana or Hannibal free to play? So I would say this. I think Tribihana has a lot more diversity as a secondary or tertiary commander than Hannibal does. Hannibal is almost guaranteed he has to be a primary. So if you don't think that you are going to be able to level up Hannibal, then I would go Tribihana, because Tribihana, you can get her as a secondary or tertiary and then wait later down the road and then get the save up for who's going to be the end game primary. But that's totally up to you. I personally, that's just the way I try to think end game scenarios more than early game. So I would rather have a trashier Marchin beginning in the early game with the knowledge that I know in the end, like in mid game and end game, that I'm going to dump a shit ton of coins onto unlocking these meta commanders or heroes. But like I said, take it with a grain of salt. I just unlock them so that we can unlock them and then we test them. Midas Shop, it offers twice your top up for $9.99. They give you one free. Oh yeah, I think I actually did that one on accident. That was the so that was the mistake I made. Where was it? I in the early game was just like, it was this one, right? That was the mistake I did when I got it, was that I didn't realize, hey fam, just focus on provision marches and you can farm more than you're going to get in these packs. That would be the number one advice I would give to people if you are going to be buying packs. Do not buy packs that have just resources, because even the ones that have 20 million, 30 million resources, while it sounds great, if you dedicate a day or a day and a half of actually provisioning and actually farming, you're going to get 20 mil pretty quick. So it saves you money. Just focus on your heroes, and then everything else will fall into place. That's the number one advice that I would say if you're starting or coming in. Focus on your heroes. Second would be your troops. And then third is kind of just the shops that you need to level up. You can get a tremendous amount of value weekly, not just a daily thing, but weekly you're getting huge unlocks that we showed earlier. So focusing on those is only going to make your journey a lot easier, because even as a free to play, leveling up that island tactics, bro, you're getting way more value with spending no money, and you're getting purple equipment pieces, legendary things and items and XP books and all that kind of stuff for free, just for playing. So that's what I would say it should be your top 3 focuses. If you're just starting out on the game, right, the number one, the way to go is to get to 12 Town Hall City or Town Center 12 as fast as humanly possible, only upgrading, here it is, only upgrading the essential buildings that you need to get to 12. The reason why is that unlocks your secondary commander for your marches, right? 15 starts unlocking your equipment section, your smithy, so you can start building equipment. And then the ultimate push is to 17. You should, if you are pushing, even as a free-to-play, you'll probably hit 17 within the first 2 weeks. Hitting 17 is huge because you unlock the 3rd slot for your hero marches, and then that's when you can really start cranking out the resources and fighting and all that kind of stuff. I would say the next one is probably 20, because 20 is when you start unlocking the 3rd slot for your smithy, and that's going to be a huge value right there. So then you can start loading 3 of them in, and you have 3 legendaries. You go to sleep for 12 hours, and boom, you wake up and all 3 are set and ready to rock and roll. So that's what I would say kind of is the priority. Get to T. If you can push T5, push T5. If not, do T4. And the troop message that I would say is do not get caught falling behind trying to raise your troop level up. Focus more on the quantity of troops initially, and then when it comes to the MGE events or anything like that where it's all about training, then you come out and start upgrading everything. Do not do that on the downtime. Just focus on pure troop number, T4, train your highest, and then if you have the T3, T2, T1, all that kind of stuff, wait for an MGE and then push your T1s to T4 and T2 to T4 and T3 to, that's when you're going to start pushing all that. That way you can get a double benefit from it, because 1, you're using your speed ups, but 2, you're going to earn some rewards for doing it. So you always look for those the value events like that. That's pretty much the advice I would give, the rough, quick and dirty advice that I would give to y'all. And then, like we said, the equipment, heroes, it's all very specialized and very unique. So do your research, watch your videos. Everybody has a different opinion on different things, but there are certain things that will cross over across all of them. And then don't be afraid to test stuff out. We talked about it earlier with skill combos and hero combos, and there's so many different variations that you can see as more heroes are getting unlocked that maybe they just haven't tested. So go out and explore and learn and keep those reports and crank them out.
We still haven't figured out garrisons yet.
We haven't figured out what?
Garrisons.
I don't even know, bro. Like, I felt like we were getting wrecked with garrisons, and they weren't even sending anything special. I think it was just the tier, and then the hero levels that were getting wrecked. But yeah, I think garrisons is going to be an interesting one because the amount of troops you lose is just. I want to venture to say, hear me out, chat. I want to venture to say that I don't even feel like, and it may be a little different, but I just don't see the value in rallying and garrisoning in currently right now. Maybe in late game, maybe, But in early game, bro, you were losing 100K plus troops like that, you know, and it's tough, right? Retraining 100K troops across an alliance is a lot. And that's just for one. I think we lost 300K in one of ours. And it was just like, bro, like, what? Like, it hurt. I lost 35K pikemen in one rally. And I was just like, bro, that was literally half of my March gone. I'm still recouping from that one rally. I still don't have 55K pikemen. I had 55K when we did that rally. So it's one of those, like, I don't know, man. I don't know if rallying and garrisoning, especially with how little you lose in the open field, even though you have troops die, and how long flags take to build, like, it's almost not even worth rallying a flag. Rallying a city could be worse. Even with the people we had in our rally, we still got wrecked with the city rally, and it wasn't even like, I just don't get it. I don't get that part. So we're still figuring all that stuff out.
I think the commanders with healing are going to be the play.
That'd be interesting. But will it heal everybody, or will it just heal your march?
I think it does everybody in a rally or a flag.
See, and that's what we'd have to test out. You know what I mean? Like if it
Cleopatra,
heals, if it heals you, like, can you imagine if you had to heal a single troop, right? Like their heal effect only affects the march. Imagine us doing a Hannibal with a Cleo and a Justinian all filled with the same march. And it's just constantly healing and healing and healing for everybody's march. Well, that shit's gonna be nuts. So I can see if it's a little different, or maybe you do march compositions where you have 10 heal marches and then the rest are DPS, or like, that's where that gets interesting, where you can start kind of organizing that aspect of stuff. See codes. Let me see. But yeah. All right, fam. Hey, I appreciate y'all. Y'all been hanging out with us. If y'all can do me a huge favor, if you're on YouTube, smash that sub button. If you haven't already, I think most of y'all have already subbed, but if you haven't already, consider helping us out. Sub to the channel. I believe we are less than 100 away from hitting 5K on the channel. If you can, help us with that YouTube algorithm. Smash that like button on the stream. Helps us get our content potentially in front of others that may love it. If you're on our Twitch account, drop us a follow. I believe we are 6 followers away from hitting our 2nd Twitch goal. And dude, we've been crushing it with the subs. I'm so excited about that. And now we're going to start having those. So if you want to support the channel, we'd love to have you as a Twitch sub or as a YouTube member. Join the thick burritos and elevate your burrito status. But yeah, y'all been truly amazing. I absolutely love y'all. Thank you again, Uncle, for coming and hanging out with us. Means the world. I hope y'all have a great Friday. I do suspect, because the Twitch drops for Black Ops 6 are going to be going out next Wednesday. I have a feeling this weekend I'll probably do a Black Ops 6 stream at some point. That way we can start getting those Twitch drops if you do play Black Ops 6, and streaming there for a while. And but yeah, make sure y'all drop a follow, subscribe to the channel, hit those like buttons, those follow buttons. Consider dropping a membership if you'd love to. And Aoem fam, I appreciate y'all. Look forward to probably in the next week, I'm going to be cutting up all these videos that we talked about today, posting them on the channel. I'd greatly appreciate it if you smash that thumbs up on it. Leave me a comment. It helps us grow. It helps us get our content in front of others, share it out with people, and invite them to the live streams. All righty, Burrito Gang. Y'all have a great rest of your day, great rest of your night, and we'll see you on the next live stream. Y'all have a good one. Bye.